Dr. Eric Kelly III, and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am Black business. I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am Black business. I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today.
How many times have you been asked to help someone you didn't even know? A student, a business entrepreneur? Or did you ever even ask, where did they end up? that business, that friend, that entrepreneur. Well, just maybe they ended up in a gang, bankrupt, homeless, or worse, dead. Maybe they turned to crime, drugs, and alcohol. Did you ever wonder? Did you destroy their dream, or was your life always so easy? At the Black Business Olympics, we started a movement to help students complete. Give them hope and foster success. Help them to leave their dreams of providing laptops, computers, and up to $5,000 in scholarship funds. Today, we ask you to help a student, a business owner, or an entrepreneur to realize their dreams by sponsoring them, supporting them, and buying from them. Consider this. With $1.6 trillion in our Black community, we only ask for a small donation for our students, our businesses, and our entrepreneurs. And you can change a life today. So I ask you, what are you going to do? Sit on the sideline and watch our students in high school be losers, miss out on their dream from lack of resources? Or are you going to donate to the movement and change their future and yours as well? Give us a call today at 919-308-9090. Change their life by investing with action to the Black Business Olympic Fund. The Black Business Olympics, one of the largest business showcases of Black business in the history of the world.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
What if you could build your own city? A place where every child can find nurturing people to help them achieve their full potential. A place where every adult can access job training support. Where health education is abundant. Where social justice ruled the land. A place without limitations. Welcome. You have arrived at STEM City, USA. It is what every city should be. A safe and trusted community where you find people and resources to help you become everything you are and beyond. STEM City is unlike anything you have ever experienced. It is a digital twin of the world around you, only better. STEM City is about energy and soul renewal. It is more than a digital world. You can almost feel the power of live cultural events, music, and theater. STEM City promises a better future for children with caring mentors and hands-on activities with dedicated tutors to support our youth. STEM City is your passport to a healthy lifestyle with weekly events addressing our community's many issues. STEM City is your financial well-being with helpful information on wealth management, career advancement, job training, and so much more. STEM City is the community you deserve. It is the city where your dreams can come true. STEM City USA, a place in the sky that is accessible to all who reach for the stars.
Did you
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and business owners worldwide. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Eartha Watts Hicks. I'm the CEO and founder of Eartha Tone Enterprises and a PR writer and affiliate for blackpr.com, and I am your moderator on the Black Business Network's Black Literary Olympics. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from all over the world. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. Now, our next speaker is TJ Lofton. Now, Thomas TJ Lofton has been recognized as a multi-dimensional global business leader. He's an award-winning celebrity car builder, inventor, auto parts manufacturer, real estate and land developing expert, preeminent gentrification expert, published author, speaker, and wealth coach. He's the author of Monetizing Gentrification, Building Black Ownership, which is a 193-page manual that serves as a blueprint, sold exclusively on his website, www.tjlofton.com. I present to you TJ Lofton. Welcome, TJ.
Greetings. How are you?
I'm good. Glad to see you and glad for you to join us here. And I would love for you to tell us more about your background, especially the lowriders, which I find really, really fascinating.
Okay, well, thank you all for doing what you're doing. I appreciate this. We need this. Really, really need it. Powerful. My background, I grew up in Compton, California. I started restoring cars at a very young age in my mom's backyard. That was kind of like the culture. We all had trades. They had a lot of cars, restorations going on in Compton since nobody really had money. You know? So I pathwayed into Compton, started doing having a lot of rappers. Decided to put those lowriders into the rap videos. And that just catapulted us off into the stratosphere. I started doing international business. I've shipped cars all around the world. Wherever rappers went, I shipped lowriders there most likely. Japan, Germany, Australia, New Zealand, and all of this was in the early 90s. I became an auto parts manufacturer, commercial building owner, real estate, residential property, everything within the city that I grew up in.
Now, one question I have with regards to the lowriders is when you were developing this technology, did you have any idea that your cars were going to show up in almost most of the most popular music videos in the 90s, featuring the car? I call them the cars that dance to the music, because that bounce effect is what gave us that vibe and had us on the East Coast running lowriders, even though that was part of West Coast culture. So did you have any idea when you were developing this that this is what was going to take off?
No, I did not. It was just everything just been a shocker to all of us. It just never really thought it would ever get this big, like mainstream. But like I was bought into it, honestly. I was bought into it, and when we knocked down some brick walls, I was able to reap the benefits from it by helping to knock those walls down. Yeah, I did not see this coming. No, we all talk about it. We never saw this getting this big because it was just a hobby when I was a kid.
Wow. Wow. Whew. Now, can you please tell us more about the Compton School District?
Okay, well, in Compton, we got a lot of very famous and successful people, and it was to the point where we're like, how come we're doing great, but the schools are still suffering, and a lot of people are suffering. So we came together. I'm being the car builder, the record label owners, just different people from Compton that was wealthy and successful who made it. We all came together and came up with an organization, and I became a part of it under Jackie Sandelin. And we were able to get trades back in my school, Centennial High School. So they I wanted to put the automotive classes back in there and pump them up, get them, update them to 2024, to where the kids can do what I'm doing I didn't want them in there just learning how to change the alternator and the starter. I wanted them to learn how to restore classic cars like I do, or work on brand new cars, from everything. I can work on everything from a 57 Chevy Bel Air to a Lamborghini. So we reached out to some of the rappers in the community, and we got them to come in. And next thing you know, we got $10 million for the Compton School District. And then that relationship continued. And now they tore down Compton High School and putting up a brand new high school with Dr. Dre's money. Dr. Dre, Master P, a lot of amazing people. Myself, Chico Brown, Dr. Jackie. It was a lot of amazing people, and it's just amazing to see that happen. So it's going to be fully full with trades.
Wow. Wow. I think number one, it's amazing that you were able to get automotive back in as a trade into the school system, because a lot of, back in the day, there was a trade always offered in the public school setting, which allowed the students to go straight into the workforce. Right. So, now that was taken out, it's like these kids are coming out and they have to look for what to do because there is no trade. There's no way for them to pay for their own living. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying it was not an easy task. The only reason why I believe we were able to do it is because we came in there with all those rappers. We came in there with people, they knew he had money. And, Dr. Dre was a board member for Apple Computers. And it first started off with him. We spoke up and asked him, hey, man, we need some iPads for Compton, So that started it. And that's how we really got in. But I saw it get to a point where they didn't want it. A lot of people we don't need this class. So they actually closed down one of the classes. So I have to constantly stay there and let them know I'm still here. And I say, hey, I want to do a field trip. So I have to be a very active part so it won't dwindle away, so they won't close it.
Wow.
It's direct competition for college, believe it or not. Go figure.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's an ongoing battle, but we're winning. We're doing very well with it.
That's amazing. I'm sorry, I didn't catch that last part.
I said I would like to get more of us in it. It's like our people want to. We're gonna go. My son's daughters, they're gonna go to college. I'm like, hey, they're not gonna have debt over here. They're gonna become very successful. They can become millionaires, billionaires if they start manufacturing car parts. So we have to educate our people. That goes why I wrote the book. Why I started going on tour. For that same reason, to educate people.
Right. And really, it's mind-boggling that the youth could use these skills to earn an income and be successful, and then they would eradicate it from the curriculum. That doesn't make sense to me.
Absolutely. It's like I was told specifically that they don't want to teach the young people anything that would discourage them from going to college. I was talking about, hey, I can get them job placement today at 16 years old, 15. I can get them internships at these shops, where they'll learn from the greatest car builders on the planet, and they're looking like that's no big deal. They're not interested in that. I'm like, wait a minute. I was a student of a great car builder, and I became the biggest car builder on the planet at one point. So because of my tutelage, what I learned. So if we're pathwaying all these young people through that same system, but that's when I started realizing the politics behind it. But it's just very important that we learn and communicate, because I had to start going to the parents, speaking to the teachers. But it's very interesting, very interesting.
Wow. Can you please tell us about the aeronautical space Compton Airport?
Because of being a car builder, I was in situations a lot where people, I saw a lot of cars to famous people, and they live in cities and states and countries around the world that they have no clue on what I did to that car or how to fix that car. So I always have people say, I'm gonna send you a private jet or a helicopter to pick you up and bring you over here to fix my car, and I'll send you back home. So I created a relationship in Compton at the airport, Celebrity Helicopters, and they had a nonprofit. So fast forward the story, I ended up running the nonprofit, teaching youth how to fly. So yeah, teaching youth how to fly. So it pathwayed into, that's how I connected with the school district, because they saw famous people with a lot of money over there, Black people with helicopters, etc. So it pathwayed into, we were up there teaching the children about drone technology, and I know we were in this process of the world is going into flying cars, just like we went from horses and buggies. We left from horses and buggies to cars, automobiles. Now we're going to go from automobiles on the road to flying cars, drones. They got smart communities with only that. So we set up early to teach the youth that. And me being a car builder, I was the first person to get picked to come in there and help to build out industries like that. So that's why I like that airport. Oh, so going back to the story, the question. The Compton Airport, I partnered with them and the Black College Expo, which I spoke at this past Saturday in Los Angeles at the Los Angeles Convention Center, 20,000 people. I partnered them together because I saw synergy there. Both industries needed help. So the college industry was down. People weren't, they're in the news asking for a bailout because the students cannot afford to purchase homes
Right.
with $200,000 in student loans. And then we have all the pilots from the old days retiring. And it was like, hey, I need to introduce these two together. So when I did that, now you have pilot classes in high schools, and they're building whole complete high schools around the country and putting pilot classes in colleges now because of the huge demand, where they're graduating them straight from high school, going straight to the airline industry, which we need them to have a pilot license because that's the new driver's license.
Right, right.
That type of information seems to avoid our community. Again, goes back to why I wrote the book. All of these new gigafactories popping up all over America, where they're building flying cars and eVTOLs and all these things like that, and it's pushing the real estate through the roof, crazy. And now we have this mass exodus of people leaving New York and leaving California, and everybody's just moving wherever they can afford. And I'm like, we got to monetize that. So that's why I wrote that book, because it's just so much that we didn't know about that they're not going to put on the news to tell us.
Now, TJ, please forgive me. I always thought flying cars was a joke from the Jetsons. And with the year being 2024, I've always said, well, one thing about the Jetsons, we ain't in no flying cars, and that was my joke. But you just gave me an eye opener. Can you please tell us a little bit about where the technology is heading?
Well, we have a lot of companies, a lot of people, top executives that work at different motor corporations around the world, quitting their jobs to go partner up with other people and start brand new flying car flying car companies. Because we have smart cities popping up, like in California in the Mojave Desert. You can look up one of the Walmart executives put $400 billion to the side, and he's building a smart city just like the Jetsons. So they will have no cars there. And the poor people, the rich will be flying, and the poor people will be on the ground.
Wow.
So, yeah, bringing them in by train. So we're in a situation where you're going to have people say, I work in New York, but I live in Atlanta. I catch the train or the plane to work every day.
Wow. Now, that's enough for me to chew on for later, but please tell me about monetizing gentrification. But before you go into that, tell me how you entered into the real estate space. Was it by choice or by happenstance?
It really was by happenstance. It was my mom. She saw me working on these cars. It didn't have a college degree attached to it, so she didn't like it. So she kept saying, "You need to go get a degree, or so I want you to get a real job." So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to go get a job or go to college, but I will go buy some real estate and rent out some houses so that I can kind of match my car income just in case this dream world I'm living in, she said, 35 years ago disappears. She didn't see that. She didn't see that withstanding the test of time, like kind of like rap. That was just a fad that's going to play out. People aren't going to want to drive cars So that's how it started. I was like, okay. Now when she says, "Did you get a job? Did you go to school? Did you get a better job? What are you doing now?" "Oh, mom, I bought some apartment buildings. I got them rented out. I got about 50,000 a year coming in rent money. So I'll be okay." You know? But it played a part by me working on so many famous people's cars. It seemed like every time the landlord would come to my shop to collect the rent or just pop in, he'd see somebody. He's like, "Is that toothpick?" And next thing you know, my rent goes up. So I was like, people complained about us being successful, so they just always leveraged the real estate. They weaponized the real estate against us. So I said we could stop that by having ownership. But it's better. I learned that, when I was the first to franchise lowrider shops, so I had multiple shops around the country. And I noticed that people would move right next door to me and move in the same shopping center. And I said, I got to figure out how to stop that. And it was like, we got to buy the building, and that way I can control who moves into that shopping center. I can't move a competitor into the same shopping center with me.
Wow. I can't be mad at your mom because she sounds like me, so there's that part of the conversation. One thing I love about what you do is that you'll go as far as breaking ground yourself in the whole process. And I love that you share that information in a how-to manual for those who are interested in land development and real estate. So please, please, please tell us a little bit about monetizing gentrification and why it's important for us to understand why this is something that we should look at as an option for ourselves.
Well, because of what's going on with all this new technology, all this AI, all these things, all this manufacturing that's going on in America, it's pushing the cost of real estate up, creating mass amounts of homelessness. Well, I understood that back in the days because I saw when I moved, when I opened my second location in Palmdale, California, I went from Gardena to Palmdale personally. A lot of my vendors followed me. And I'm talking about, I found out just how powerful I was as a businessman because these people followed me. So when they followed me, they would all call me and say, "TJ, can you hook me up so I can get some apartment buildings like you? Can you hook me up with a realtor so I can buy a house?" So we went to this small city called Palmdale and bought a lot of houses. And this whole city, Boeing aircraft had just moved away. And all of a sudden, when we came, so the real estate tanked. But when we came, we started buying up these houses because they were like $15,000, 30,000 turnkey, 15,000 fixer upper, niche apartment or something. But I saw how we changed real estate. So now I'm thinking about my little small business, versus Elon Musk. When I saw Elon Musk moved into Parktown, California, I understood what was about to happen. I knew this is going to be trouble for this community because he pays his people $400,000-$500,000. Again, rocket science. So he moved Tesla, Solar City, SpaceX, all into the middle of a black neighborhood where the homes were like $150,000. Now those homes are like $1 million and up. So it's like I knew that, so I wanted to write about it to prepare us to what was coming, because so many people don't understand. People understand real estate, but they don't understand from a bigger brand perspective. So I wanted to give them my perspective of like, this is what you guys got to look for, because this is what happened to me. This is what the effects of me moving to Palmdale was. So if we jump in this thing ahead, we can monetize this because these big companies moving in and our politicians not telling us what's about to happen. That creates gentrification because nobody was able to get prepared. They're gonna, just like I was sitting in a meeting and they said they're gonna bring in 10 million more people into overcrowded Los Angeles by 2050. And in my mind, here we go again, I overstood they're going to have to bulldoze the majority of Los Angeles to bring in 10 million more people. They can't have all these homes. They're going to convert the homes into apartment buildings. So immediately my mind said, you need to create a relationship with the schools because they're not talking about this. You need to make sure they put the trades in, and we're going to pivot our children away from these degrees that I don't know what they're teaching or what are they learning or what are they for. But I know that if we can get these kids into the trades, we can create a lot of land developers and real estate attorneys and prepare us for when this real estate spikes. You're going to have people that want to go through divorce. You're going to have people stealing houses. You're going to have people doing a lot of things because the more expensive homes, the more crazier things get. So I wanted us to be prepared for that. That's what made me say, let me write this book and start going around the country on tour. Actually, Dr. Saban told me I need to start teaching that around the world, what I learned. And I'm like, around the world? But really? But when I wrote that book, it's been an amazing journey because it was like nobody else talks about real estate from that perspective. That gentrification can be monetized. We can make a great living off of developing our own communities.
Right. Well, I mean, I think it's amazing that you've written and published this book to teach our community about being proactive as opposed to reactionary. I know, and just looking at the areas in New York where I know growing up, South Bronx, the city was just, smoke and abandoned buildings and rubble. We dealt with the communities being destroyed by supers and building owners who didn't want to do repairs, so they'd rather burn the building down. And there were a lot of burnt down, abandoned buildings, and nobody cared that we were living in and amongst this mess. And then they were selling these homes when they were only selling these homes for $5,000, $10,000. But who could afford $5,000 and $10,000 when, food stamps was an option, So understanding that, one, what number seems like a big number when it's in front of you is not a big number when it's behind you. How can those of us who've never purchased a piece of property, how can we get into this to start somewhere?
Well, I have some classes on my website at tjlofton.com, tjloftin.com, and I also do personal coaching, consultation, advisory. I'm consulting to help people to learn how to pivot. So I listen to the language that's being talked about in our communities, and I realize they're trying to make sure people don't get real estate. So that's what made me say I have to start teaching. So that's why I wrote the book. I created classes. We have to start taking these classes. Just go to my YouTube page, my Facebook and Instagrams, my TikToks, and start learning and listening to the language so that you guys can know, at least understand the differences between what is TJ talking about and what is my cousin, the real estate agent, talking about. What is the news talking about? It's night and day difference. Yes, I have online courses in the book.
Okay, so let me take a quick break, or not even a break, a pause. Please let us know where we can connect with you on social media, on your website, and the name of your book again.
Okay, you can find me at Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. Please go on there. Everything's Thomas TJ Lofton. Thomas TJ Lofton, Loftin. That's where all my social media is. And you can go to my website at tjlofton.com or thomastjlofton.com. And that's where you'll find me at.
Okay, now understanding your book is Understanding Gentrification. I understand and I understand that you don't just know about real estate. Is there another book or area that you're going to focus on, or another topic that you would like to explore in a book?
Well, I talked a little bit about my real estate my automotive background, because I wanted people to know that, like, for example, people think these guys driving around in this 63 Chevy Impala, he's wasting all this money. That's a silly purchase. It's just male ego or whatever. But people don't understand that's a business. That is a very lucrative business. When I started restoring those cars, we were paying $300 for a car that needs to be restored, selling them for 30,000. Now we're paying like almost 100,000 for some of those cars and restoring them, and they're going for 300 to 500,000. So I wanted people to know that anybody who knows how to work on their cars are very, very, very. They're like a high 6 and 7 figure a year earners. No student loans at all. If you know how to weld, if you know how to paint, if you know how to do auto body, you are highly sought after. Because when I was in the business, and I came out in '09, I've been doing this since '91. And when I tell you I was paying $1,200 when I got out and decided to start my own paint shop, now they're getting $40,000 to paint a car. So our painters are like brain surgeons. Can you imagine you getting $40,000 to paint a car and you got a 2 to 5 year waiting list? You got people prepaid, and you got enough cars on your property for the next 10 years worth of work. So these people are very lucrative, very successful, and I'm trying to bring more of us in that. So that's another topic that I'll be talking a lot about in my book and on my website. Where with the courses that I'm producing. Oh, another thing is people think that cars depreciate. Not all cars depreciate. If you go to the car lot and buy a 2004 brand new Bentley, for example, for $250,000, in 10 years that car will be sitting in the auction for $50,000. But if you buy a 1956 through 1964 Chevy Impala, if you say, for example, you paid $50,000 today, in 10 years that car going to be worth $280,000. So new cars depreciate. Classic cars appreciate. And that's what we don't hear about, meaning that the value goes up. So like 57 Chevys, I used to sell those things for 90,000, 130,000. Now they're like 300,000, $500,000, completely restored.
Wow.
And people just don't understand how that works. This is like, I was at the Black College Expo this weekend, and I was sitting there with the banker on a panel discussion, and they was talking about, it's only this. You can only do this. This is the only way. And then I told the lady, I said, that's not true. I said, because I walked into the bank with a pink slip to one of my cars and walked out of there with $200,000. And the lady just dropped. She just said, oh, yeah. Like, I forgot about that. I'm like, we can't keep talking about things that are not true. You can't put us in the box and say, this is the only thing you can do. It's like there are so many. I can walk in there with a rare painting and turn around and walk out with $100,000, $1 million, depending on how much that painting is worth, and go pay cash for a house. But these are conversations they don't want us to know about or talk about. So this is why I started teaching these classes, because I realized a lot of people ain't never made it to that level where they had a $500,000 car, classic car, that they were not trying to sell, or have a very expensive painting, that they are not trying to sell, but they can go borrow money against it, just like you can borrow money against a home, or you can do cash for keys. We say people do those title loans for the new cars. Well, it works the same way with an older car. You just get way more money.
Wow. Now, question: how do you think this relates to the book bans?
Well, again, how does that relate to the book bans? When I got into the school system, I think I scared a lot of people. They were like, wait a minute, we don't want him here. Because it's like, I bring real information. I'm not with we got to get good credit, got to go to college. No offense, college people, but I'm against the grain. I always go against the grain. They call me a disruptor. So when I sat down and wrote a book, they said that was the most revolutionary thing I've ever done. It's like you wrote the recipe down. You wrote down the Black print, and you actually created relationships. I'm an advisor to the Compton School District. I'm an advisor to the Liberated Minds Homeschool Conference, and they're using my books. So it's like, of course they want me out of there, you know? When you look at people that are speaking and traveling, we have a lot of people speaking about real estate in our community that's never owned any real estate. But he knows he has a kick butt class on his website. He's got 1,000 followers, but he ain't never owned a house. And you got people teaching business classes that have never had a business before, you know? But so you can look them up and say, oh, he's a fraud, he's no good. But if you look me up, you go back 30, 40 years, you're going to be like, oh, wow, let's bury that, close that, hide that information, you know, because I show you true entrepreneurship. So they didn't want my book in the schools. You know, they gave me a hard time. I've been all over LAUSD, like, you know, a lot of places, they be like, no, we're good. You know, but then they'll bring in some other books. Oh, we have an entrepreneur book guy coming in. He's talking about credit. And you don't find nothing about credit in my whole book. You know, for the most part, I talk about certain things, but I'm not saying this is the fit all, the only solution. I'm saying it's a number of solutions. I like to leverage things more than I like to go borrow credit and all that. Yeah, that's right.
Thank you, TJ. Thank you. Thank you for that. And thank you for your honesty. And thank you for, I'm going to say, one, going against the grain, and two, dispelling the myth that we don't share information as Black people, because that's what we do as a community. I love the Black Business Network for the very same reason, because we're here to share information to help us all grow. And as long as we're knowledgeable and we have information to share, we can keep our community growing. So that's absolutely fabulous. I love how you, number one, just how knowledgeable you are, how proactive you are, and how you're able to, just based on how things are going and developing, you're able to read trends and decide accordingly. Now, what do you think young people today should focus on, you know, in addition to the automotive and having a skill or a trade? What else do you suggest that they focus on? And I'm talking young people as in 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Well, if you're in that age range, I think everybody should focus on their own trade. You should learn about automotive, and you should learn about real estate. And then if you want to go to college, it'd be nice to take some real estate law classes, you know. It'll be very nice. So if you take a welding class, if you take an auto body class, if you take an auto painting class, if you take a electric car class, manufacturing, and then painting, construction, fabricating class, learn how to work with metal, you'd be dangerous. You'd be highly sought after. Like, I'm highly sought after. People, I can go anywhere on the planet and just say, hey, I'm TJ, I did this. And they're going to be like, you did what? Can you prove it? I'm like, yeah, here it is. There's the book. I'm in that book. You're hired. How much do you want to make? Just like that. Can you prove that you've done the things that you say? Yes. So that's the difference between I have a degree versus, okay, there's 10,000 people a month coming out of school with that same degree, you know, versus there's only so many TJs in the world.
Right.
There's only, with my kind of knowledge, there's only probably like 100 of us, and every last one of them is a 7-figure guy. So you got to ask yourself, do you want to learn how to be highly sought after, or you can tell them how much you want to make? Because they know people like you normally have their own business, but they want to hire you. So they know in order to get you here away from a business, away from a partnership, they're going to ask you, what do you want to make? See, we don't get that in our community. They tell us, you got to have this, you got to have that. And I'll call you and let you know, because we got like 500 other people applying for the same job.
Mm-hmm.
For me, with a person, a master welder, a master tradesman, a master drywaller, a master HVAC person, you'll have Tyler Perry call him and say, look, I want you to come work for me and just do my stuff. How much would you charge me? That's straight up. That's how it works. How much would you charge me? So we have to start pivoting our youth into those careers. It's no longer about, oh, well, he's a doctor, he makes this much. Well, is that, I always ask, is that going to help our community?
Right, right. Now I know when it comes to our children, we're trying to give them access to science, technology, engineering, art, and math, STEAM or STEM. And a lot of these programs are available or pointed towards girls. But we need to ensure that boys are pointed to these areas as well. And where the struggle comes in is boys are struggling with reading, and sometimes the girls are struggling with math. So understanding this is what our children are facing, what can we do as parents to make sure that our children stay on par?
You got to bring them around a person like me. I'm very good with deciding what he or she'll be good at. Because I got guys, $1 million car builders that can't read or write. You know what I mean? But God darn it, I would never let nobody else paint my car other than him. He can't read or write, but God darn it, he's the baddest painter on the planet. You know what I mean? He can't read or write, but he's the best welder on the planet, you know? So we got to learn how to put these people together with people that are going to work, put them where they fit in at, if that makes sense. Like my buddy tried to get me a job at Edison when I was a kid, and then I failed it with a F minus. You know, I was like, it just wasn't for me. He could not understand that. TJ, you had the answers to the test. You know, he gave me the answer book, and then all of a sudden I failed it anyway. But then years later, when he saw me building cars and selling them to rappers and shipping them on around the country, and he's like, "You're the biggest and the best at that." He said, "Now I understand. That was not for you. The Edison was, you weren't meant to be an employee. You were meant to be a business owner. You were meant to do exactly what you're doing." So a lot of people don't know what they're really supposed to do. You can't just take everybody and say everybody's going to get a degree and everybody's going to get a master's and everybody's going to go work at this. Everybody's not like that. That's why we have so many young men say, well, I guess I'll just go sell drugs. I guess I'll be a bank robber because I should be good at that. You know, because they didn't know the other options that they have. So when they come around me, I remember they love to send me to schools with the underserved kids. You know, the kids that just got out, they're kind of like out of school, but they're right out of jail, foot out of jail. Like, okay, if they don't make it in this school, they're going back to jail. So they put me in those schools to talk to the kids, and I remember asking them, "Okay, what are you here for?" And the teachers were like, "No, don't ask them that." You know? And then the guy said, "Well, he always go to jail for doing graffiti." I said, "Well, can you draw?" And the whole class was like, "Oh yeah, he's the man." And then I said, "Can you airbrush?" And they was like, "Yeah." And I said, "Okay, well, you got your book with you. Every artist got a book with him somewhere that he always drawing." Boom, pulls it out. I said, "Okay, go in the hallway and call this number. Call and ask for such and such. Tell him TJ said yada yada." And he's gonna. Next thing you know, the dude's like, "What time can you come?" You know what I'm saying? You can start today. I'll pay you $2,000. How much do you charge for that? TJ said $1,500. Next thing you know, God said you can start today. Just like that. So it's like we got to pay attention. We got to find the right people who identify with these young people. You know what I'm saying? And give them their options. I'd be like, just like me, they put me in sports. I couldn't jump shoot. I couldn't play baseball. I could hit a ball, but I couldn't catch the ball. You know, I'd be like, I was not a sports guy. Realized early on, TJ is not good at sports. Do not put him in sports. You know. But then when they saw me building cars, they were like, he finished that car already. You know, they realized, they said, then the numbers, they was like, I knew the math. But wait, no, that guy still owe you $325.17. Like, you remember that? I'd be like, yeah. He's like, you be a good car builder. That's what you need. You need to come over here every day. Oh, okay, sure. My mama want me to go to college. He's like, well, you can go over there, or you can stay over here and become rich. I'm like, oh, you know. But we have to learn how to identify our youth. We got young ladies that like to argue. Oh, she'd be a great attorney. You know, you know. You got young men that like to draw. He'd be great at this. When I go to Compton, I see them kids that know a lot about them airplanes. I'd be like, he'd be a great pilot.
Wow.
You know, so we try to send our people try to send everybody into the same exact thing. You got 20,000 people trying to play football, but they only need 36 spots every year. It's like, really?
Yeah.
So we are our people's in a bad situation where they're learning backwards.
Yeah.
And it's working perfectly. To be honest with you, it's working perfectly. It's keeping the community down. And then here comes TJ, one of the disruptors, one of the people that learned out of the box from that 1% way of thinking. And then immediately they're like, oh, can't believe that stuff. That's the get rich quick stuff. That don't work. So we gotta call those the gatekeepers. So here I come with my book. I've had people read my book and said, I don't believe any of this. That's like, what about the pictures? What about Dr. Sabi? It's just the weirdest things. And I realize some people are here to block. And that's why they say we got to put this ban on these books coming into these schools because there's too many people like me that's saying, hey, we got to do something. We got to help. We got to write. You need to write a book. I had so many people tell me, you need to write a book. You need to write a book. Because I was doing a lot of consulting. I'm running around at the Compton School District doing field trips. We got rappers donate money to the schools, and we doing a lot of things ain't nobody ever done. They like, that stuff is never going to make it to the news. You need to be we got to tell our own stories. That's why I appreciate this platform allowing the space. So it's like, that's when I started. Let me write the book. Let me sit down and work on these online classes. Let me download some of this information so that people do not have to go out here and try to recreate the wheel.
Right. And part of the problem with our community is that a lot of us don't understand that opportunities come at the suspension of disbelief. So once we stop believing that we can do something, that something can happen, that an opportunity can meet us somewhere, once we get past that, then we can put ourselves in line to with whatever destiny or opportunity or success is ready for us. But we have to believe that we can get there just on our own merit. And I know my Generation X, we were told you can't do this because you're Black. You can't do that because you're Black. Black people don't do this. Black people don't do that. Be a nurse, be a teacher, be a secretary. We were told what we could do, what we couldn't do. And when we studied something else, we were blocked from opportunities because, and I always say, because we had names that put us out there that let those who looked at our resume know we were Black.
Right. I always pay attention to opportunities. And I know that when they said, we got to tell our own story, and people like me started writing books. We started doing these curriculums. We started speaking. And the next thing you know, I saw the government got scared. And that's where the ban on Black books came from. No Black books in the schools. That's where the ban on TikTok, trying to get rid of TikTok, came from, because people like me are on TikTok. You know what I mean? And we're telling our story. That was like better than the news. That's like better than watching YouTube. I mean, I can go on YouTube and download videos, and they even told YouTube, dial that stuff back, scale it back. Look, you're paying people too much money. But it's important for young Black men and women to find out about a TJ, a Gary May, a Terry Carter, a Homer Walters, and Docs and Dr. Sabi's, because America's never going to tell you these stories. That's empowering. When I walk into a school, I remember my first time I went into a school and the teacher told me, she said, you're the first Black business owner that came in here. She said, normally we get white cops, white firefighters, white. They never see a Black man that looks like them that says, wow, I can be just like him. He grew up in Compton just like me. We were told we were never going to make it. So it's important that they see us in person. They hear our stories. They get to read about us. And that's why the schools said, we got to get rid of these Black books. Because it took me a while. It took me a while before somebody finally told me, this is what you got to do to get your books in the school. This is what you got to do. Now I'm finally getting it done. And all of a sudden, we're going to ban them. I'm like, wait, I knew it. They seen it coming. They said, TJ's coming in here. My book was growing so fast, the homeschoolers just grabbed it. They got it. And I'm a best-selling author, and I'm getting so many speaking engagements because they're like, you're the only one talking like this. And I said, see, we got a lot of living legends still. I looked at the school system. I said, they're talking about so many people that are no longer with us. The difference between a person that's not with us, Martin Luther King or Malcolm X, versus the TJ Lofton, you can call TJ Lofton and have him come to the school and be a keynote speaker and sit down and answer 8,000 questions all week long. You know what I mean? And find out what should we do. And that's what they don't want. You know, that's why they say ban all the books. You know, and that's dangerous. But it's brilliant at the same time. You know, where we are, where they are, make them stay in debt, make them only follow this path to what they consider success. You know, success. I'm gonna stop talking about college. I mean, I just never seen so many people. It's not even about what is this going to produce for me anymore. It's about, well, my mom got that same piece of paper on the wall at home, so I'm gonna get one too. And that's what it's all about. It's not about, is this something that's going to allow you to purchase $1 million home? Is this something that's going to allow you to purchase that new truck, that $100,000 Escalade? Because everything's gone up.
Right.
Are you going to be able to live in America in the next 5 years? Is this doctrine going to help you get that? We have to ask ourselves that. If not, we need to figure out what is. And what is entrepreneurship. And what we got to remember is 90% of Black-owned businesses are in the middle of a Black neighborhood.
Right.
So we create our own jobs. So I created so many jobs in my community. We got tow truck drivers, car carrier guys going coast to coast. We got bodyguards for the rappers. We got welders. We got so many jobs that we created. And as I was sitting on that panel the other day, I told him, I said, the reason why I don't like Black people buying franchises, like we'll say, oh, that's a Black-owned McDonald's. I said, there is no such thing as a Black-owned McDonald's. That is a Black lease McDonald's. Because McDonald's, you cannot come up and say, hey, I got some plant-based food here that we can put on the menu and I can cut your cost in half and bring you in $1 billion a year worth of customers. And they're going to be like, and we can create 1,000 jobs in Compton in all the Black communities around the world. They're going to be like, no, we're not interested. And he has no say. That Black owner of that store has no say. That's something McDonald's has to decide. But a Black-owned business, you can come to me and say, TJ, can you put my book on your platform? Absolutely. No questions asked. I can call you up and say, can you hook me up with the Black Business Network? I'd love to be a part of it. And you'd be like, absolutely. That's how I got you. So when we have Black businesses, we get referrals. We get opened up to exposure. I have my friend tell me, my friend said at their restaurant, they said they have a store.
Now, TJ, we winding down. So I'm going to try to talk you like off stage and try to talk you into coming back. That's number one. Number two, please remind us how we can connect with you on your website, on your social.
My website is tjlofton.com short. Everything else is Thomas TJ Lofton. Loftin. Thomas TJ Lofton. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Please go to my YouTube and subscribe and follow me, y'all. And please share my stuff because I'm experiencing the shadow banning type of deal. You know, good information coming out. They're like, knock some of them numbers down again.
Thank you, TJ. Thank you so much for joining us. Genius is coming, and I'll see you on the other side.
All right. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you. Oh, okay. Now, the Black Business Expo's mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or K through 12 entrepreneurs. This expo is a fundraiser for students. So you may go to www.blackbusinessexpousa to donate to the scholarship fund or use the Cash App on the screen at the QR code, or you can go to Cash App at $BBXUSA. Our goal is to give laptops and up to $5,000 to 10 students. Students can register online at www.blackbusinessexpo.com. Every dollar counts, so we want to remind you to donate to the scholarship fund. Now, we want to thank our Black Business Expo USA sponsors for February 2024. NC 100, Moody Capital Partners, Suede Soul, Lotus Riche Coaching and Training, Carolina, Virginia Minority Suppliers Development Council, Step Management, BHS and Associates, Margie McLean Foundation Incorporated, Genius is Common, Earth Essentials, Melaine Shanae Global, Executive Women's Success Institute, The Quality Coaching Company, Superwoman Business Services, Creative Force Studios, Lee Entertainment, Artistic App Design, Black Business Expo USA. Genius is Common, and I will see you on the other side.
I am a child of the Most High God. He has gifted me in ways that I could not even imagine and didn't know.
There was a time when I didn't know who I was. I listened to other people tell me who I should be, what I should do. I listened to people telling me that I should be a boutique owner, that I should be a construction manager, that I should be a laborer. Have you ever felt like you should do something else, be something else, go somewhere else, be wherever you wanted to be, and you felt like you were in a box? Anybody in the room? And you couldn't get out? Anybody in the room? And you kept trying to go and you couldn't get out? Anybody in the room? But let me tell you, you need to rock the box. Rock the box.
I am engaging, inspiring, and empowering. I would give you everything I know. Just by touching you, if I could, by osmosis, give you every single thing I've learned, I've gone through, I know I would. We know that's not possible, but as it is possible, I love to share information with people.
Some of you out there, people have told you that you can't be, you can't have, you can't do. But I will tell you, like Kinston said, you can, you must, and you will. If it's to be, it's going to be me. You got to say it. If it's to be, it's going to be. If it's to be, it's going to be. If it's to be, it's going to be.
Barbara is because she believed what her mama said about her and not what other people told her.
Every day you wake up, when you're in a situation, it's your choice whether it's an advantage or the disadvantage.
She gained her confidence and her life, and now she is a testimony.
If I can help you elevate yourself, then I feel like I'm elevating my own self as well. What you know and I know together can change the world.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am black business. I am black business. Tell me, are you black business? I am black business. Do you support black businesses? Listen, I support black business because I am black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am black business.
I am black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am black business. I am black business. Are you black business? I am black business. Do you support black businesses? I support black business because I am black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina.
Join Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am black business. I am black business. Tell me, are you black business? I am black business. Do you support black businesses? Listen, I support black business because I am black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of black business in the world.
Are you an innovative entrepreneur or business owner ready to embrace the future of business transformation?
The world is evolving at an unprecedented pace, and it's crucial to adapt and pivot towards success in this dynamic landscape. At the Hello LLC, we are dedicated to guiding you through this transformative journey, offering a comprehensive suite of services that extend beyond the metaverse and 3D immersive experiences.
Our mission is to empower businesses and brands by assisting them in building, branding, systemizing, and automating their operations. We specialize in steering businesses from a two-dimensional existence to a thriving three-dimensional presence, where opportunities abound.
We help businesses harness the power of technology to work smarter, not harder, enabling them to operate efficiently and stay ahead of the curve. Our diverse range of services includes
Our Biz in a Box is a complete business solution package designed to jumpstart your entrepreneurial journey. From strategic planning to digital infrastructure, we've got you covered. Your one app, one tap solution.
Our MotionWork AI videos transform your brand storytelling with our cutting-edge AI-driven video production, captivating your audience like never before.
Our 3D VR environments will step you into the future of immersive experiences. With our custom 3D virtual reality environments that engage and captivate your customers.
Lastly, in our Pivot membership program, we offer tailored guidance and support to either show you, teach you, or take care of the transformation process for you.
According to a 2023 study by Fundera, a staggering 28% of small businesses in the United States do not have an online presence. This statistic underscores the importance of embracing digital transformation. Having a website is more than just an online presence, it's a gateway to unlocking numerous benefits, including reaching a broader audience, showcasing your products or services, generating leads and sales, establishing trust, providing customer support, and maintaining competitiveness within your industry.
The Hello LLC is committed to helping you excel in all these aspects of modern business, not just limited to the metaverse alone.
Why should you choose the Hello LLC to navigate this transformational journey?
By partnering with us in harnessing cutting-edge technology, you can provide immersive experiences for your customers, expand your global reach, reduce operational costs, and enhance brand recognition, all while working with a company that holds integrity in high regard. Our commitment to ethical and principled business practices ensures that your journey towards success is not only innovative, it is also firmly rooted in trust and transparency.
Don't wait. Take the first step towards a brighter business future. Contact us today to explore how we can support you in developing a remarkable digital presence and immersive experience that will leave a lasting impression.
Phenomenal Tanya T. Wise, who is here from the great state of Maryland. Tanya, welcome and thank you for being with us today. Can you indulge our audience a little bit and tell them just a little bit more about who you are and what it is that you do?
Well, I love being able to talk to people and have a magnetic attitude, being able to just show them. So I always like to say, level up is Coach at Tanya T. Wise here.
So can you tell our audience, just give them a teaser about what your presentation will be about?
So my philosophy is that we should all be living our dream life. So tomorrow I'm going to talk about how you start living your dream life. What are some of the things that you thought about in your childhood that you just kind of let go and dormant?
Wow.
And I want to reignite that and just give you some pointers and some tips, some tools, some strategies to be able to start living your best life now. And guess what, Wanda? And leave an inheritance for your legacy.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I know that's resonating with a lot of people. I've heard that you have a dynamic coaching program. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So our coaching program help people that have the lack of time, that lack strategies, and lack the confidence to go after their dream life. So we help them implement tools, we help them implement strategies, as well as give them resources so that they can live their best life now and leave that inheritance.
Wow. Oh, I love that. I love the leave the inheritance part. Listen, you are dropping some major nuggets, and I know a lot of what you're saying is resonating with a lot of people, but I think we're all curious, how did you even make this transition into the speaking and coaching arena? What's the story behind this?
So I started out in finance, and I realized that a lot of people don't necessarily go after their dream life because of the lack of finances or the education behind finances. But it wasn't until I lost my firstborn, my only son, that life changed for me. And where I was going after it all, living the corporate life, hit my 6-figure income and living in my dream house with my dream man, driving my dream car. I nearly lost it all when I lost my son. And so I realized it only takes one financial catastrophe that can change your entire life. That's what made me start All New Beginnings. Because no matter what's going on in life, there's a new beginning. And because of that, we develop a program called Wise Minded. My little slogan is, don't just dream it, let's live it.
If they want to connect with you or work with you, what is the best ways for them to be able to do that?
Well, for my social media guru, you can connect with me on every single social media platform as Tanya T.
Hey everyone, it's Grant McGaw, CEO of 5-Star BDM and host of the award-winning Follow the Brand podcast and TV series, where I help you to build a 5-star brand that people will follow. My genius is personal brand development through intelligent communication and helping you achieve your business and career goals. I am a requested speaker on digital technology and brand development issues. I want to work with you to increase the value of your current opportunities while attracting new ones. Every one of you is unique, and we all share challenges that can be addressed through smart branding. As a super connector, I work with you as an executive coach to guide you along the complicated business and career development road, providing the enhancement tools and information you need to succeed. Together, I will help you succeed in today's challenging business climate. I will evaluate and measure your progress. Best of all, I am right alongside you every step of the way. Build the brand called you. Genius is coming.
It's time for you to start bossing in social media. For all your social media needs, you've come to the right place at the right time to get your website designed, landing page, social media platforms, and get the training you need to get in front of the people that's ready to buy your products and services. Let me train you with StreamYard, Zoom, Clubhouse, and much more. And let me help you get your virtual professionals, not assistants, because assistants can only assist you, but the virtual professionals can give you that professional flavor that you need to expand your reach and increase your revenue. Jump on in and get in where you fit in and start bossing today. You are in the right place at the right time. The Black Business Network opens again for its Black Business Olympics, a 24/7 broadcast on business, strategies, global branding, social media marketing, finance, advertisement, and much, much more. Featuring the top, most powerful entrepreneurs and speakers and thought leaders from all around the world as they gather together for this phenomenal event. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into the metaverse, STEM City, USA, Black Multiverse, Pod TV, Roku, Hulu, iHeartRadio, Apple TV, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Google Podcasts, Facebook, LinkedIn, IBM TV, Spotify, and Twitch. Tune in today and be a part of this amazing movement. The Black Business Olympics welcomes you.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
Hey, good evening, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Eartha Watts Hicks. I'm the CEO and founder of Eartha Tone Books, as well as a PR writer and affiliate for blackpr.com. I am your moderator this evening on the Black Business Network and the Black Literary Olympics. Now, the Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. Now, our next speaker is Carla Cherry. Miss Carla M. Cherry is a veteran high school teacher. She holds an MFA in creative writing from the City College of New York. She is a Best of the Net and Pushcart Prize nominee and author of several books of publishing, including Gnat Feathers and Butterfly Wings, $30 in a Bowl of Soup, Honeysuckle Me, and These Pearls Are Real. I present to you Ms. Carla Cherry. Welcome, Carla.
Hi, Eartha. How are you?
I'm good.
Great to see you.
Great to see you. Now, thank you so much for joining us this evening and for being open to share about what you do and how you do it. Please, please, please tell us about your background and experience as a veteran educator.
Okay, so I was born and raised in the Bronx, New York, educated in New York City public schools. And when I was in my senior year of college, I was trying to decide what career I wanted. And I enjoyed working with young people, so I figured I'd become a teacher. And so I started out as a social studies teacher in the South Bronx. I eventually became an English teacher, and I've been teaching high school for the past 20 years, and I'm in year 28 of my teaching career.
Wow, 28 years. So it's 28 years, young minds, like what ages?
So in my current school, I work in a transfer high school. So the high school is or was designed for students who are overage and undercredited, and they are generally between the ages of 16 to 21 years old.
Wow. Okay, I'll circle back. But for now, I want to ask, how did you get started as a writer?
So I first started writing poetry, as many people do, as a child. My father used to take me to the Black Liberation Bookstore in Harlem. And one day he took me there, I think I was about 7, and I was looking at the bookshelves, and Nikki Giovanni's Ego Tripping was on the shelf. And I was like, Daddy, I have to get that one. And I read that poem, Ego Tripping, and I was going after that. I tried to write a poem just like that. It was terrible, but I started writing poetry ever since then. I would write poems every now and then, keep them in a notebook. Even in college, I wrote a couple of poems that were published in, college publications. But it wasn't until after my father passed away that I really took poetry more seriously. I took all of my grief and anger and I just put it back onto the page. And I was like, I'm going to use poetry as a way to heal. And so I started compiling poems from notebooks. I started writing new poems. And next thing I knew, I had a book, and it's called Gnat Feathers and Butterfly Wings.
Wow. Can you share a poem or two, or one of your favorites, or two of your favorite, whatever one speaks to you, or
Sure.
two, whatever number you feel comfortable with, but just to, one, give life to those words, especially since we have hopefully hundreds of thousands and millions of listeners. So we would love to hear some of those wonderful words of yours. Please
Okay,
share.
thank you. So this is a poem called My Mother Gave Me the World. When I was a girl, my mother sat me on her lap, her fingers covering, then uncovering, syllabic formations, her voice charming me into understanding. Before I fell asleep each night, underneath one of the Afghans she knitted, she bathed me with ivory soap, rubbed me down with glycerin and rose water. Then words were fanciful stories. When she arose each day, my mother folded twilight in her hands and tickled me awake to face the magic of morning. Knowing it is the nature of youth to abhor the necessity of waiting, as she baked, she always let me lick the bowl. As I've been pricked by life's nettles, she has always been there to soothe. Every time I read a book, write a poem, rejuvenate, I thank God for her. My mother gave me the world.
Wow. That is lovely.
Thank you.
And I think well, I know we didn't have the same mother, but we definitely had the same kind of childhood. So that's wonderful, sweetie. Oh gosh. Please can you share another one.
Oh, sure. Okay. All right. So this is a poem that I wrote for my niece. Her self-esteem is just incredible. And so I was inspired to write this poem about her. So just give me 1 second so I can find it. Excuse me. Okay, I'm going to go to my table of contents. Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, it's called Anike. As she models her brand new, brand name dress in the mirror, I watch. She gives her chocolate brown, kinky twist a toss so her hair can fly. She spins to feel the wisp of cool air against her butterscotch skin. She smiles and calls herself the cutest girl in the world. Shielding my eyes from her sparkling aura, I shake my head and my index finger. Stop that, I say, thinking modesty is noble. But then again, as I look at my life, I'm glad my niece believes. Maybe she won't end up with her self-esteem all black and blue.
Oh gosh, that is so beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Wow. Wow. Now, I'm going to ask, where did you learn to develop as a poet?
Wow. I went to a number of places. The first one that I started with was the Frederick Douglass Creative Arts Center on the Upper West Side. Unfortunately, it's no longer open, but I used to take poetry workshops there and other writing workshops. And those teachers really challenged me to develop my imagery, especially Jacqueline Johnson. She was one of my instructors. I also took a class with Cherie Renee Thomas, who I'm sure you know is making a storm in the Afrofuturism movement. And so those were some of the instructors who really pushed me to study my craft. I also, read poems from, some of the greats like Maya Angelou and Lucille Clifton, Sonia Sanchez, Nikki Giovanni, of course, Langston Hughes. And all of that reading really helped me to hone my voice. And so I would take poetry workshops where I could at different venues. And the City College of New York, that MFA program was just fantastic. And so that's a space that really helped me to develop my poetic voice, reading different poets, sitting through workshops, having people critique my work. And so, that's where I developed my poetic voice, just reading a lot, taking workshops, and having people challenge me to challenge myself with my writing.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that. I also studied at the Frederick Douglass Creative Arts Center, and I studied under Jackie and Cherie. So I think that's I think that's wonderful, and I wish we didn't lose them. And
Me too.
I say it that way because I was at a point where I couldn't take MFA program or take graduate school classes because I had 2 kids in private school. So with that being the case, the Frederick Douglass Creative Arts Center was almost like a university for me. And
yes,
it was an opportunity when I couldn't get to a university setting. So I was grateful for it. And I'm grateful that they were able to, that stamp of approval they put on me, they was able to stamp on you and stamp on others. So
absolutely,
that's a blessing. And quiet as it's kept, a lot of the writers that I connected with through Frederick Douglass, I'm still connected with.
Oh wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah. So let's circle back to your writing style. Do you write any other genres besides poetry? And I'm gonna say this before I get into that question about other genres. I love how you embrace what you love in your poetry. I think that's just wonderful. Especially in describing your niece and her confidence and just her self-love at such an early age is inspiring, and that's something that we forget. But please, circle back to my question, which I'm just forgetting now, even after I just asked the question. But if you remember the question, please answer it.
We're good. Yeah, I remember. So my writing style is very narrative. I tend to tell stories in my poetry. I probably do it to a fault. I've had people tell me that I do too much telling and I need to do more showing. I guess like infuse more imagery, but sometimes I want to tell a story. And if that means I'm telling a story, maybe the imagery might take a backseat because I have a story to tell you. I will try to put as much imagery as I can, but sometimes I just need to get the story out. And so I would say that my style is very narrative. I'm working on, of course, developing my imagery, but I tend to tell stories.
Now, in the way you tell the story within your poetry, it invokes its own sense of imagery, because just by you telling the story of just the bath, I forgot how much care and love mothers used to give to young daughters during bath time. It's the lotion, it's the lotioning of the face, it's the making sure your knees are not ashy. And in your poetry, you brought that whole memory back to me because you did it in narrative form. So I disagree with that commentary. I say do it exactly the way you do it. And as a matter of fact, write more poetry just like it. And just kind of explore different aspects of life. But the way you do it is your own stamp and your own signature.
Well, thank you. And that's something that I've worked to embrace as a writer, because you can get caught in this comparison trap. Oh, my style's not like so-and-so. Well, your style's not supposed to be like the other person's. It's supposed to be your own individual style. You're supposed to, study the craft of writing, but you're supposed to develop your own voice, your own unique voice. And that's something I have to remind myself. And thank you for your kind words about my narrative style. So the next time I get criticism, I'll say, well, Eartha said that I'm good. So
I love it. I love your particular style. And quiet as it's kept, we all want to be Nikki Giovanni, but we cannot all be Nikki Giovanni. Nikki Giovanni's already Nikki Giovanni.
That's right.
So we have to identify our own style. And I love your style in the way you told your narrative poetry. You brought back just memories, floods of memories of when I was a kid. And I'm not, I done went past when I raised my own kids. I went past back to when my mother used to let me lick the bowl and, used to give me that special bath. Well, I had Mr. Bubbles, but it's the same thing, rose water, And the thing about it is, I grew up in the South Bronx. I grew up in Millbrook Projects. But bath time was love, and we didn't have to have $1 million.
That's right. That's right.
So mothers, regardless of how much money they had in their pocket, they gave us love you couldn't put a price tag on, and you showed me that in your poetry.
Well, thank you. I always celebrate my family whenever I can when I'm writing, because they gave me so much and it laid the foundation for who I am today. So I'm going to celebrate them as often as I can.
Yeah. I mean, the love of family is what makes us who we are and how we are. Mm-hmm. And that's their legacy. You know, they may not have built the Empire State Building. They may not have their name on buildings like Rockefeller, but they made us who we are and they gave us staying power. So, you know,
Absolutely. They built us.
And they built us to withstand. So that's beautiful.
Mhm.
Any other genres that you're interested in?
So I've had one short story published. It's not my strong suit yet. I'll say yet. I have written some creative nonfiction. I did have an essay published last year. So I am trying to experiment with other forms, but poetry is my first love.
Wow. I'm going to say two things. I would love to see your style in creative nonfiction, right? Because I would love to see what that would look like. But as far as your short stories and prose, I think you would kill it just by how you do poetry. You know, just think of it in terms of a full-length story with a beginning, middle, and end, and put that same stamp on it because your poetry is very rich, and you can translate that right into prose.
Well, thank you so much. Okay, well, I will keep that in mind. I will keep that in mind because I do want to stretch myself and try other things and maybe do some more fiction writing. But poetry is where it's at for me right now. But I do want to try short story writing. I would even like to do some playwriting eventually.
Yeah, that sounds great. Now, I have a question. Are you independently published or are you published by a publishing house?
So I started out as a self-published poet. I self-published my first 4 books of poetry through Wasteland Press, which, publishes self-published authors. And I was very happy with Wasteland Press. But during the pandemic, I was directed to this website called Poetics U, and it was run by Anthony Langhorne and Dara Kalima and several other poets. They did online poetry workshops. And at some point, Tony announced that he was starting his own publishing house, and it's called 2i Publishing. Small publishing house, Black owned, and that's where the bulk of my work has been published. And I'm very proud to say that.
Wow. I think it's wonderful that you can go from one, self-publishing 4 books of your own, and then number 2, finding a publisher, Black owned, that you trust with your work after publishing 4 of your own books. That says a lot. That says a lot right there. So I love that. Also, too, if you would like to share a little bit about the process. Well, no, first of all, there's 2 different processes here. There's a process of how you process your poetry and creating the art, what your process is in the creative process. And then there's also the process of what your experience was in publishing. If you could share both, I would love that.
Okay. Well, something that I always advise people when they do ask me about how I got started, start with getting individual poems published in lit magazines. That's the first place to start because you get a sense of which of your poems is ready for the world. By how can I say this? We don't always have to get other people's approval in order to write a poem. We can write a poem just because we feel like it. But in terms of getting published, the more work that you get out there that is published by lit magazines, I think it helps you build confidence in your work. It allows you to get other readers to get their eyes on your work. I've had a couple of people send me emails saying, oh, I read your poem in such and such magazine and it really touched me. So I would say start with getting individual poems published in lit magazines. There are so many. And now there are a lot of lit magazines that are specifically looking for poets of color. So I say start there. In terms of getting my work published, even though I knew Tony through the poetry workshop, it's not like he said, all right, I'm just going to publish your work. No, I had to submit my manuscript to him for his approval. He interviewed me online and talked to me about my work. And he said to me, he was like, so why should I publish you? And I said, because I'm dope. And usually I'm not that confident. I'm, by nature, a shy person. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to approach this with confidence. And I said, listen, I'm dope, so you should publish me. And he did. He published my book, Stardust and Skin. And then after that, I took all of my self-published books and sent them to him. He published all of them for me.
Wow. Well, one, you are dope.
Well, thank you.
Own it. Own it. Own it. You're dope. Okay.
Thank you.
That's number one. Number two, one thing I loved about the Frederick Douglass Creative Arts Center, just from my own experience, and I know you probably had a similar experience, and is that once they saw or recognized that you had potential, they would recommend every outlet or source where you could go and find an opportunity for your work.
Yes.
So I know that I came through that experience with at least the courage to submit. And I see they pass that along to you as well. Can you recommend somewhere for those who have poetry to submit their work?
Well, one of the zines that I love a lot is Anti-Heroin Chic. I love the editors, and they've been very open to my work. I've published with them twice. So that's one place to start. Let's see. I would have to think about some other ones, actually, but that I would definitely start with Anti-Heroin Chic.
And with you being a New Yorker, I want to suggest reaching out to the New York Poets Cafe, because they do an open mic. And sometimes the open mic experience allows you to get the kinks out of your...
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I did read there once. And actually, my best friend and I, her name is Dr. Tanya Manning-Yard, who is a phenomenal poet in her own right. The two of us partnered, and we had a book release party there back in 2017. And I haven't been able to get to the Nuyorican the way I would like to. It's hard. Teaching takes up a lot of my time, and I want to do more performances. But yeah, I would recommend that anyone who wants to be a poet start off with open mics, because very often it's a very welcoming atmosphere, and people show you love when you're sharing your work. And sometimes they might pull you to the side and say, listen, here's something you could work on in your poem. So yeah, open mics are always a good place to really hone your voice.
Yeah, I also recommend the Harlem Bomb Shelter.
Yes, I've been meaning to get there.
It's wonderful. And then the restaurant where it's housed, their food is really delicious. I have a preference for their shrimp and grits, but they have a full menu, so that's a great place to go and flex, so to speak, spread your rings, or even test out material.
Yes.
And then not only are you receiving encouragement, you're encouraging the other writers as well. And
yes,
it's like a symbiotic experience. So I love it, and I'm looking forward. Matter of fact, if you go back, let me know. I might meet you there.
Okay. Oh, and before I forget, another great open mic is J. Rose. Her organization, I believe, is called Rose Garden Events. She also has a great open mic.
From the Rose Garden Events, I'm writing that down.
Yes, she's fantastic.
Wow. Now, did we mention your process, your creative process with regards to writing the poetry?
Not really, but I can talk about that. So there's this really great book that I use quite often. It's called Writing Poetry from the Inside Out. It's written by Sanford Lynn. And in the back of the book, he has several different word groups. There are groups of words, like 4 different words that are not necessarily connected. And I do poem sketching. The first poem I shared, My Mother Gave Me the World, was born out of one of my poem sketches that I did out of that book. So sometimes especially if I'm experiencing writer's block, I'll pull his book out, get one of those word groups, and see if I can write a poem. And I've been sharing those on TikTok lately. Sometimes I'll post them on Instagram. So that's one way that I get my creative juices flowing. Sometimes I take inspiration from things that are going on in the world, like news stories or something that's happening in my family, something that happened at work, anything that I feel like I have something to say about. That's where I start writing my poems. I do have several trusted friends. I've written a poem, and I'm not quite sure if it's ready, and I'll send it to them to get their feedback. I'm also into poetry groups. One of them is called the Informal Poetry Workshop, which was started by a fellow City College student that I took some classes with. He started this group. And I'm in another one from the Academy for Teachers. They have a poetry group as well. So those two groups are fantastic. I present my work and they'll tell me some things that they like about it, also some things I could work on. And that's my creative process.
Wow. Wow. Whew. All right. So, aside from poetry, who are your favorite writers?
Ooh, wow. Alice Childress was one of them. I read several novels of her growing up. A Hero Ain't Nothing But a Sandwich, A Short Walk, which I read that book until the spine just kind of crumbled. What else did she write? Rainbow Jordan was another favorite. I loved Maurice Condé. I love her books. I had to read her novel Segu when I was in college, and I was just enraptured. I love Maya Angelou, of course, Frank McCourt, and she wrote Americana. Chimamanda Adichie. I'm saying I love her, and I couldn't think of her name. Yeah, she's one of my favorites. Chris Abani is another one that I've loved. There are just so many.
Yeah.
So many, but yeah, I love to read, and those are some of my favorite authors.
Every once in a while, Chris comes out of hiding and does a writing workshop. He did one. I actually studied under him through Hurston Wright, and he did another one for Vona Voices. So every so often he'll do a workshop, and whenever I hear it, everybody I know who wants to study under him, I reach out and I let them know, oh, he's going to be over here. He's going to be over there. So it's like we're clamoring for when he's teaching a workshop, because he's brilliant. He's brilliant. And whether he's teaching poetry or just straight fiction and prose, a novel, he's just brilliant. So if I hear of him teaching anywhere, I'll let you know.
Please do. Oh, and another favorite of mine, John Oliver Killens.
Oh, yeah. He's one of the founders of my the Harlem Writers Guild, which I'm a member of. And he's also heavily affiliated with the Center for Black Literature.
Absolutely. And God rest her soul, Louise Merriweather.
Right.
When I tell you, Daddy was a numbers runner, I found it on my father's bookshelf, and I tore through that book. I read it so many times. I also pretty much ruined that book reading it so many times because her characterization and dialogue were just, whew.
You know what made that book so rich was that it seemed like 70 years passed and the same stuff was still happening.
Yes.
That's what got me about. That was like, that was in the 50s. That was in the 40s, and it's the same stuff.
Yeah, actually, I think it was set in the 1930s.
Oh, the 30s, right.
Yeah, and one of the things that I loved about that book is that it infused history into it, because it talked about police brutality. It talked about Father Divine and those kinds of movements. And the father in the book was very much into Black history and culture. And so I learned history from reading that book, and Alice Childress's A Short Walk as well, because she talked about the Garvey movement. So yeah, like the best kind of literature really infuses history and culture, and it's also it's a form of like social history in a way.
Right. And I'm gonna assume, and I could be assuming wrong, that you and I are in the same generation. But I'm gonna assume
X.
like we grew up at a time when the adults didn't tell us anything because a child needed to stay in the child's place. So we didn't get the history or the backstory or even any of the what's the word I'm looking for? We didn't get the details or the scandal. We were not privy to the scandal. You know, we turned on television.
Yeah, our parents kept a lot of what they went through private, but I have to say, both my mother's and my father's side of the family did tell stories. And so that's where I get my narration in the poetry. Like they told stories about my grandparents and how they came from the South to New York City. They did tell stories about our heritage. My father had us read Ebony Junior magazine, and so in that sense, they provided us with stories. But you are right; they kept a lot of things that they suffered through private because they felt like they had to be strong. They couldn't share their vulnerability with us. You are right about that.
You know, like usually when I received a story, it was in the form of an angry rant as to the land being stolen from the family's land being stolen and turned into some kind of whatever, that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
I knew about eminent domain and how families could lose land based on eminent domain and how things were taken away from us and how there was injustice, and I knew about us not being allowed to do certain things.
Yes.
Not being allowed to get loans, not having access to living in certain areas, not being allowed into even better buildings, all of that. Those were the stories and lessons that I learned, but usually in the form of an angry rant. But the actual narrative history of the connecting points of family members' experiences, we were blocked out. We were rushed out of the room. They would shoot us, go somewhere, go outside.
Yeah. I remember some of that too. Yeah. But but now, like those of us who know a little better, who know the importance of passing stories down to our descendants, we can change that up. We can take, what we learned from our ancestors and pass it on.
Now I'm real quick. I want to make sure we have time to do this.
Okay.
Where can readers connect with you and your work?
So readers can connect with me on Instagram. I am Carla BX Poet 1. I'm always representing the Bronx, BX.
Carla BX Poet 1. Okay.
Yes. And my website is, oh my goodness, I turned off my phone. So my website is, actually, if people just Google my name, Carla M. Cherry, my website will come up. The name is kind of long. That's why I can't think of it right now. I'm so sorry. But yeah, that's how people can get in touch with me. They can get in touch with, the easiest thing to get in touch, or the way to get in touch with me is through Instagram, Carla BX Poet 1. And I have a link tree, and they can click on that and find the link to my website.
Gotcha. Okay. At Carla BX Poet, is that one spelled out or the number one?
Oh, it's the number one. So Carla BX Poet 1. Yes.
Okay. Carla BX Poet 1 on Instagram, or Google Carla M. Cherry on Google. Google.
Yes.
Google. Okay. Now there was one more question. Tell us about your books and how we can find your books and how we can buy your books and
okay. All right. So my books are available on Amazon. So this is the first one, Gnat Feathers and Butterfly Wings. This is the second, $30 in a Bowl of Soup. Honeysuckle Me, These Pearls Are Real, Stardust and Skin, Clap Your Hands, Stomp Your Feet. You can find all of these on my website. And this is my latest one. It's called Sundays and Hot Buttered Rolls, A Granddaughter of Harlem Speaks. So this one is in the pre-sale period. It's on Finishing Line Press. It's going to be widely available on May 24th of this year. And this is my latest one. So if you go to Instagram, Carla BX Poet 1, as I said, I have a link tree. You can click on that. You'll find my website. And if you go to the website, you can click on any of the books and you'll be taken to the link to purchase if you're interested.
Wow. Now, I have to ask this. How do you feel, even though New York is not really as affected by it as other states are, but how do you feel about book bans as an educator and a writer?
Just infuriate. I'm sorry. I'm so upset I can't even speak. I'm just livid. And we all know why the book banning is taking place. It's another attempt to turn back African American progress. We understand that, and not just African Americans, but LGBTQ people as well. And so, I'm not down with the book ban. And I taught my students about it. I created a class called Afro-Latino American Voices. And the first thing I had them do was learn about the book bans, the Stop Woke Act. We talked about critical race theory. And so I teach my students about it, and I tell them, you need to pay attention to what's going on because they're trying to rewrite history. They're trying to erase our history. And so whatever opportunity we can to teach our young people about our history, we have to do it. We have to continue to buy books. We have to make sure that our children are reading them and fight these bans whatever way that we can by passing legislation, voting those people who are proposing those book bans out, and any states that support it, boycott them.
Wow. Now you said something that made my ear buzz. The Stop Woke Act.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Florida, Ron DeSantis, trying to ban affirmative action, diversity initiatives,
I'm gonna look up the language to that because I probably heard about an iteration before it was called that. So now they done went there and called it that. The Stop Woke Act.
And when you see what the initials stand for, it's gonna make you really angry. That's just.
And the funny thing is, the whole conversation, you was eloquent and articulate all conversation.
I couldn't even get the word infuriating. I can't.
I asked you how you felt about
I just can't even say the word. As soon as I get off this call, I'll be able to say it.
I mentioned the book ban. You got so angry, you started stuttering.
Because there are things I want to say that I can't say on camera.
I get it.
It's bizarro world.
I get it. My head hurt now. Thinking about it. Whew. And I forgot my next question. It was a good one too. But Carla, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing your art. Thank you for sharing your intelligence and your brilliance and for just spreading glow all over us here.
Well, no, thank you for inviting me to participate. Thank you for this platform. This is so important. And I hope that this is something that is available 365 days a year because we need it. Yeah. We are Black, we are brilliant, we are bold, we are capable, and everyone who wants to own a business should be able to do that and be supported.
Yes, thank you to Dr. Eric Kelly for his vision and for his persistence and for his energy and focus and determination, because the whole platform is amazing and I'm grateful to be a part of it. Thank you so
Absolutely.
much, Carla. And
Thank
Genius
you,
is
Eartha.
common. You're very welcome. Genius is common, and I will see you on the other side. Thank you. Ooh. Well, thank you so much again. Ooh, so I need a minute to just kind of collect myself. That was powerful. Thank you, Carla, for your wonderful work again. Ooh, the Black Business Expo's mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or K through 12 entrepreneurs. This expo is a fundraiser for students. Students may go to www.blackbusinessexpo.com to find out more, and those who wish to donate to the fundraiser may go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund, or they can use the Cash App that's link that's in the QR code. And if they're having trouble with the QR code, they can also access Cash App by $BBXUSA. Now, our goal as part of the Black Business Network is to give laptops and up to $5,000 to our goal is to give laptops and up to $5,000 to 10 students, and students can register again at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts, so we want to remind you to donate to the scholarship fund. And even if it's not a big amount, $5, $10, $11 helps. Whatever you can, it goes a long way. It helps, even if it's $1, $2. So we want to thank the Black Business Expo USA sponsors for February 2024. NC 100, Moody Capital Partners, Suede Soul, Lotus Reshape Coaching and Training, Carolina, Virginia Minority Supplier Development Council, Step Management, BHS and Associates, Margie McLean Foundation Incorporated, Genius is Common, Earth Essentials, Mullane Shiny Global, Executive Women's Success Institute, The Quality Coaching Company, Superwoman Business Services, Creative Force Studios, Lee Entertainment, Artistic App Design, Black Business Expo USA. Genius is common, and I will see you on the other side. Thank you.
Hello, this is Israel, and I am CEO of Daydreams Interactive and author of Princess Planet. So, genius is common, and as a kid, I love to daydream. Even as an adult, I love to daydream. And when my daughter became 6 and loved princess characters, but we just could not find the diversity that showed her, we created our own characters. So, for instance, you have Princess Nulu right here. Princess Nulu is from Uganda, and her genius is that she loves to take care of animals. She can actually even listen and hear what they say. And then we have Princess Isabella right here. Princess Isabella, she's from Cuba, and her genius is biochemistry. One day she hopes to eliminate disease. Then we have Princess Nia right here, and Princess Nia is based off of my daughter, and she is what she wants to be, the greatest dancer alive. So that's her genius. So what's your genius? My genius is my imagination. Genius is common.
Hey guys, my name is Caden. I'm the CEO of Caden Teaches, and my genius is teaching kids about financial literacy. Throughout my financial products, such as my financial flashcards, my activity book, and my newest project, my financial bus, which I bought. And on the bus, it has a mock bank where kids will learn how to deposit and withdraw money, a mock grocery store where kids will be able to learn how to have a family budget, and a mock stock exchange where kids will even be able to learn how to invest in stocks. Now, I decided to start teaching kids about financial literacy because I find that most kids graduate high school without even knowing the basics about financial literacy. And I feel if I were to teach kids about financial literacy, that I would be able to help kids tap into their genius. And I actually learned about financial literacy to my dad because I would go to business meetings with him and I would always see that they were talking about financial literacy. And at that point, I didn't understand what financial literacy was. So I took it upon myself to learn about financial literacy and teach it to kids in a way that they could understand. But I want you guys to help me help kids tap into their genius by going to my website, cadenteaches.com, and you can sew into me in my financial bust by going to my GoFundMe link. And remember, if Caden can, you can too.
Hello, I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute. And my genius is helping women accelerate the path to success. You know, I was blessed to have strong women in my life who encouraged, motivated, and pushed me to do my best and to never even think about giving up on my dreams. So I say to women, we must show up to rise up. We have talents and potential, but who will see them if we don't speak up and get noticed? I know that women are a tremendous resource on this planet, and there is nothing more fulfilling than helping a woman tap into her full potential. I do this because I want to be a part of helping as many women as I can to show up, to rise up. I do this because genius is common.
Having a brand that resonates with so many people across the world is truly a phenomenon. But being the face of that brand that empowers people is something that I don't take for granted. It's actually way bigger than me. But it's when I hear those stories of what people had to overcome, that is what our brand is about. Resilience, persevering, and not giving up. Physically, mentally, or spiritually.
Did you know that approximately 333.34 million businesses exist today, according to a report from 2021? And you may be one of those businesses, or maybe you're not in the business market yet, but you're aspiring to be a business owner. Well, guess what? You're in the right place at the right time. Because let's face it, everything is about timing and opportunity. Hi, my name is Dr. Lotus Richey, and I'm the CEO and founder of the Lotus Richey Coaching and Consulting LLC, along with the Lotus Richey Ignite Show. 15 minutes of success with Dr. Lotus Richey, as well as books to boom your business and bring who you are. And today, I want to bring this amazing message to you about the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics. See, the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics is designed to help people just like you, that's right, that look like me, to take their business to the next level.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina.
Join Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you black business? I am black business. Do you support black businesses? Listen, I support black business because I am black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of black business in the world.
Did you know women represent just 3% of Fortune 500 CEOs and less than 15% of corporate executives at top companies worldwide? Have you wondered what the secrets are to getting into the top ranks, whether in the private or public sector? Do you want to figure out how to stop being held back in your career or passed over for promotion? Then you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute. I have decades of experience in the military, the federal government, and corporate America. And my mission is to help women succeed and tap into their full potential. I want to reach 1 million+ women around the world to become the leaders they are meant to be. So if you want to move into a management or executive level position, or maybe you are a female veteran transitioning out of the military into business entrepreneurship, then reach out to the Executive Women's Success Institute at 301-693-3284. Let us get you on the fast track to success.
Absolutely. So our coaching program help people that have the lack of time, that lack strategies, and lack the confidence to go after their dream life. So we help them implement tools. We help them implement lack of finances or the education behind finances. But it wasn't until I lost my firstborn, my only son, that life changed for me. And where I was going after it all, living the corporate life, hit my 6-figure income and living in my dream house with my dream man, driving my dream car. Wow. I nearly lost it all when I lost my son. And so I realized it only takes one financial catastrophe that can change your entire life. That's what made me start All New Beginnings. Because no matter what's going on in life, there's a new beginning. And because of that, we develop a program called Wise Minded. My little slogan is, don't just dream it, let's live it. If they want to connect with you or work with you, what is the best ways for them to be able to do that? Well, for my social media guru, you can connect with me on every single social media platform as Tanya T. Rose.
What if you could build your own city? A place where every child can find nurturing people to help them achieve their full potential. A place where every adult can access job training support. Where health education is abundant. Where social justice ruled the land. A place without limitations. Welcome. You have arrived at STEM City, USA. It is what every city should be. A safe and trusted community where you find people and resources to help you become everything you are and beyond. STEM City is unlike anything you have ever experienced. It is a digital twin of the world around you, only better. STEM City is about energy and soul renewal. It is more than a digital world. You can almost feel the power of live cultural events, music, and theater. STEM City promises a better future for children with caring mentors and hands-on activities with dedicated tutors to support our youth. STEM City is your passport to a healthy lifestyle with weekly events addressing our community's many issues. STEM City is your financial well-being with helpful information on wealth management, career advancement, job training, and so much more. STEM City is the community you deserve. It is the city where your dreams can come true. STEM City USA, a place in the sky that is accessible to all who reach for the stars.
I'd like you to imagine with me, if you will, opening an app where you can collaborate with like-minded individuals from around the world, get inspiration and in-app tools to launch and grow your business, as well as share your knowledge and earn compensation, all in one app. Well, the name of that app is Truso, short for Truly Social. Hi, I'm Matthew Newman, the founder and CEO of Truso, a new concept in social media. Truso is designed from the ground up to be a platform that's both social and empowering for all its users. How exactly do we do that? I'm glad you asked. First, Truso brings the world together via video. Psychologists assert that video provides a significantly more effective connection than audio only. When you enter a community on Truso, you're face to face. Second, on Truso, you don't have to have 1 million followers to monetize. Our business model allows all hosts and moderators to monetize, no matter the size of your following, by 1, producing fee-based content, and 2, inviting others to join the platform as subscribers. Even more, Truso has an in-app resource library with over 100 free resources, forums, and documents to help you build your brand and grow your business. Third, Truso is inclusive. The deaf and hard of hearing communities make up 360 million people worldwide. Unlike audio-only apps, Truso embraces this community, providing a networking platform that allows them to participate via video and closed captioning. We even have a deaf and hard of hearing foundation in the works as well. Fourth, Truso is both social and safe. We refer to Truso as a virtual extension of the beauty shop, barbershop, and brainchild of the community. A place where there's laughter, along with wisdom, growth-oriented conversation, and genuine connections in a safe space. Truso even has proprietary security to ensure we maintain a safe environment for everyone. Where are we at now? Truso is live, y'all. We've launched in beta, and we're acquiring users daily. We have an incredible development and marketing team, plus amazing celebrity influencers at the table, helping us spread the word around the globe, beginning within the African diaspora and beyond by creating a safe space for growth, connection, and collaboration. We're truly excited about Truso. We've created something special for which there is a global market. And we invite you to embark on this journey with us as a shareholder. The future for Truso is truly bright. Join us and let's go there together.
What if you could build your own city? A place where every child can find nurturing people to help them achieve their full potential. A place where every adult can access job training support. Where health education is abundant. Where social justice ruled the land. A place without limitations. Welcome. You have arrived at STEM City USA. It is what every city should be. A safe and trusted community where you find people and resources to help you become everything you are and beyond. STEM City is unlike anything you have ever experienced. It is a digital twin of the world around you, only better. STEM City is about energy and soul renewal. It is more than a digital world. You can almost feel the power of live cultural events, music, and theater. STEM City promises a better future for children with caring mentors and hands-on activities with dedicated tutors to support our youth. STEM City is your passport to a healthy lifestyle with weekly events addressing our community's many issues. STEM City is your financial well-being with helpful information on wealth management, career advancement, job training, and so much more. STEM City is the community you deserve. It is the city where your dreams can come true. STEM City USA, A place in the sky that is accessible to all who reach for the stars.
Are you a forward-thinking entrepreneur or business owner? The world is changing faster than ever, and it's time to pivot and adapt to the future. Hello LLC is here to help you do just that. Hello stands for helping enterprises leverage leading-edge optimizations. Our innovative solutions can streamline operations, reduce overhead costs, and give you a competitive edge in a market projected to reach $5 trillion by 2030. By pivoting to the metaverse, businesses can tap into a rapidly growing market that is projected to be a significant part of daily life for 25% of Americans by 2026. As a full digital metaverse agency, the Hello LLC can help you create custom solutions to streamline operations, increase productivity, reduce costs, and drive brand recognition. Why should you pivot to the metaverse with the Hello LLC? By leveraging cutting-edge technology, you can provide immersive experiences for your customers, expand your global reach, and unlock new revenue streams. Contact us today to make the pivot.
This is Dr. Arnold T. Petsworth. He's the owner of Petsworth Vet World, a veterinary clinic in Hopton, Connecticut. His patients include dog, cat, frog, fish,
Goldie,
dog, and this alpaca. Due to doctor-patient confidentiality, we can't tell you their names. Business at Vet World was steady, and then quarantine hit. Neighbors brought new four-legged friends into their homes. Bunnies. Bunnies everywhere. Dr. Petsworth welcomed these new patients with open arms. The only problem? There were more appointments than he could manage. That's when Dr. Petsworth turned to his American Express business card, which offers spending potential that's built for his changing business needs. He decided to hire a new assistant, Julio, and with spending power built for business purchases, he used his card to furnish a new exam room. Together, Dr. Petsworth, Julio, and American Express Business made sure all the pets of Hopton got the love and care they deserve. And everyone was happy. Get the card built for business by American Express.
Passion has been around helping communities of color and historically underrepresented and underserved communities, minority, rural, veterans, persons who are differently able, in the intersection of education, innovation, technology, industry, and let's throw some entrepreneurship in there just for fun.
Welcome to Follow the Brand TV. I am your host, Grant McGaw, CEO of 5-Star BDM, a 5-star personal brand.
I want to see more around innovation, incubators, accelerators. I love the idea of going from innovation to commercialization.
I am your host, Grant McGaw, CEO of 5-Star BDM, a 5-star personal brand and business development company.
Follow the Brand TV broadcast host, Grant McGaw, as he visits with top executives and entrepreneurs to find out their secrets of success with their personal brand. Follow the Brand TV broadcast host as he focuses on brand development to build better relationships, bring value to your business, relationships, and career. You will enjoy listening to each episode that is tailored to speak to you directly. If you're looking for this type of clarity in terms of building your brand, you have tuned into the right station. Each episode will help you to shape a conversation in the 5-star BDM network of 20,000 professionals and become a springboard for your corporate engagement and business opportunities. Each guest will frame their story in the areas of personal branding, business development, career development, financial empowerment, and technology innovation. Grant McGaugh explains why he is the CEO and owner of his own professional career. Grant is an accomplished business leader and entrepreneur who wants to give back to individuals to grow their personal brand strategy. Tune in as he weaves his story about new possibilities, while to you exceed expectations. If you love storytelling, this show will make for fun.
Hello, I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute. And my genius is helping women accelerate the path to success. You know, I was blessed to have strong women in my life who encouraged, motivated, and pushed me to do my best and to never even think about giving up on my dreams. So I say to women, we must show up to rise up. We have talents and potential, but who will see them if we don't speak up and get noticed? I know that women are a tremendous resource on this planet, and there is nothing more fulfilling than helping a woman tap into her full potential. I do this because I want to be a part of helping as many women as I can to show up, to rise up. I do this because genius is common.
Hi, I'm Barbara Smith. Genius is common. My genius is executive coaching and professional corporate training. As the master executive coach and corporate training ambassador for the Genius is Common movement, I help business owners craft their stories in such a way that you know exactly what they do, what they have, and what they bring to the table. Many times as business owners, we are asked, so what do you do for a living? And we could be crushing in our businesses, but we're not quite sure exactly what to say in a short amount of time. Well, I help you take those stories that are the reason why you're in business and why you're so passionate about your business and craft them in such a way that people are drawn to you as opposed to being repelled by you. Because every conversation, every time you talk to someone about your business, you are excited about it. But are you really conveying what you do, what you have, and what you bring to the table? And do really people understand why you care so much and why they should care that you have the solution to their problem? Well, I'm here to help you with that. As a master storyteller, I can help you with your stories and spin them in such a way that they are intriguing and fascinating. People want to listen to you talk about your business. That's why at the Genius is Common movement, I am the master executive coach and professional training ambassador. That's my genius. And genius, oh yeah, it's common. I am a child of the Most High God. He has gifted me in ways that I could not even imagine and didn't know.
There was a time when I didn't know who I was. I listened to other people tell me who I should be, what I should do. I listened to people telling me that I should be a boutique owner, that I should be a construction manager, that I should be a laborer. Have you ever felt like you should do something else, be something else, go somewhere else, be wherever you wanted to be, and you felt like you were in a box? Anybody in the room? And you couldn't get out. Anybody in the room? And you kept trying to go and you couldn't get out. Anybody in the room? But let me tell you, you need to rock the box. Rock the box.
I am engaging, inspiring, and empowering. I would give you everything I know. Just by touching you, if I could, by osmosis, give you every single thing I've learned, I've gone through, I know I would. We know that's not possible, but as it is possible, I love to share information with people.
Some of you out there, people have told you that you can't be, you can't have, you can't do. But I will tell you, like Kinston said, you can, you must, and you will. If it's to be, it's going to be me. You got to say it. If it's to be, it's going to be. If it's to be, it's going to be. If it's to be, it's going to be.
Barbara is because she believed what her mama said about her and not what other people told her.
Every day you wake up, when you're in a situation, it's your choice whether it's an advantage or the disadvantage.
She gained her confidence and her life, and now she is a testimony.
If I can help you elevate yourself, then I feel like I'm elevating my own self as well. What you know and I know together can change the world.
Follow the Brand TV broadcast host, Grant McGaw, as he visits with top executives and entrepreneurs to find out their secrets of success with their personal brand. Follow the Brand TV broadcast host as he focuses on brand development to build better relationships, bring value to your business, relationships, and career. You will enjoy listening to each episode that is tailored to speak to you directly. If you're looking for this type of clarity in terms of building your brand, you have tuned into the right station. Each episode will help you to shape a conversation in the 5-star BDM network of 20,000 professionals and become a springboard for your corporate engagement and business opportunities. Each guest will frame their story in the areas of personal branding, business development, career development, financial empowerment, and technology innovation. Grant McGaw explains why he is the CEO and owner of his own professional career. Grant is an accomplished business leader and entrepreneur who wants to give back to individuals to grow their personal brand strategy. Tune in as he weaves his story about new possibilities, while to you exceed expectations. If you love storytelling, this show will make for fun.
Absolutely. So our coaching program help people that have the lack of time, that lack strategies, and lack the confidence to go after their dream life. So we help them implement tools. We help them implement, I love to leave the inherited lack of finances or the education behind finances. But it wasn't until I lost my firstborn, my only son, that life changed for me. And where I was going after it all, living the corporate life, hitting my 6-figure income and living in my dream house with my dream man, driving my dream car. Wow. I nearly lost it all when I lost my son. And so I realized it only takes one financial catastrophe that can change your entire life. That's what made me start All New Beginnings. Because no matter what's going on in life, there's a new beginning. And because of that, we develop a program called Wise Minded. My little slogan is, don't just dream it, let's live it. If they want to connect with you or work with you, what is the best ways for them to be able to do that? Well, for my social media guru, you can connect with me on every single social media platform as Tanya T. Rose.
Hey everyone, it's Grant McGaw, CEO of 5-Star BDM and host of the award-winning Follow the Brand podcast and TV series, where I help you to build a 5-star brand that people will follow. My genius is personal brand development through intelligent communication and helping you achieve your business and career goals. I am a requested speaker on digital technology and brand development issues. I want to work with you to increase the value of your current opportunities while attracting new ones. Every one of you is unique, and we all share challenges that can be addressed through smart branding. As a super connector, I work with you as an executive coach to guide you along the complicated business and career development road, providing the enhancement tools and information you need to succeed. Together, I will help you succeed in today's challenging business climate. I will evaluate and measure your progress. Best of all, I am right alongside you every step of the way. Build the brand called you. Genius is coming.
Absolutely. So our coaching program help people that have the lack of time, that lack strategies, and lack the confidence to go after their dream life. So we help them implement tools. We help them implement, I love to leave the inherited lack of finances or the education behind finances. But it wasn't until I lost my firstborn, my only son, that life changed for me. And where I was going after it all, living the corporate life, hit my 6-figure income, and living in my dream house with my dream man, driving my dream car. Wow. I nearly lost it all when I lost my son. And so I realized it only takes one financial catastrophe that can change your entire life. That's what made me start All New Beginnings. Because no matter what's going on in life, there's a new beginning. And because of that, we develop a program called Wise Minded. My little slogan is, don't just dream it, let's live it. If they want to connect with you or work with you, what is the best ways for them to be able to do that? Well, for my social media guru, you can connect with me on every single social media platform as Tanya T. Rose.
I am from Washington, D.C., but I was raised in Durham, North Carolina. I came to Durham when I was about 5 or 6, and then I traveled back and forth to D.C. because it's where my people are from. One of the unique things about my family is my mother, she's also an artist. She does quilting, and she does a lot of artistic things. And then my son, he draws with both hands, his right hand and his left hand, like I do. So that's kind of a family trait. And then my other son, he's a videographer, and my daughter, she works, she's a regional vice president for Sunglass Lab. When you start out drawing and sketching, you want to continue to explore, you know, each avenue. I do pastels, I do pen and ink, I do painting, I do acrylics. I haven't done oils yet, but I try to do all facets of art. What I say to a lot of times to people is, you know, you can't put yourself in a box when you're an artist. You have to explore. And over the course of my life, I've tried to explore different mediums. I also do sculpture as well. I choose my subjects by the intensity that they have in their faces, or the intensity that somebody is moving, because I do more than portrait drawings. I also do I do abstract, and then I do figurative drawing also. Well, what happened in this particular show is that I started out trying to come up with something that would be a little bit different than what everybody else is doing. So I was working on a Barack Obama show, and they wanted me to do some paintings of Barack. And so what I did was, because of the deadlines, I kind of did it kind of fast. And then I realized when I was doing it fast, I enjoyed it. And so then I started doing other pieces the same way, and I started to enjoy those pieces also. And so I came up with this particular style, and it's a style of lines and colors. And what's interesting is that when I was in college, I did a show called Lines, Colors, and I talked about the boldness of the blacks, the hotness of the whites, and this is how this has come about, later on in my life. And the colors comes from a lot of the entertainers that I work with, where they wear different colors. They don't wear, your plain reds or your whites. They wear different colors, and so that's also another piece of what's giving me the colors. The subtitle of this show is Faces That Speak Life. That's real critical. Faces that speak life. Each one of these pieces is a life source and a life energy that's being put on display for people that are looking at them. I always say in terms of my art, it's not important that I draw them. It's important what you get out of what I draw. I don't try to just draw it because you like it. People wanted me to do prints. I didn't do prints. People asked me to do different people, but the people that I choose are people that make a difference in the lives of people in the world. So the human landscape idea was, again, as I said, the lines represent your emotions, it represents your ideas, and it represents your journey as a human being. And that's why you get the different pieces and the different looks. And as you notice, I try not to do one look that looks alike another look. And that's what's the most important part of this show.
La connexion. La connexion.
In a world obsessed with the cult of celebrity, I challenge you not to aspire to anyone else's greatness, but instead strive to reveal and ignite the greatness within you.
Are you serious?
I totally think that's it.
Hey.
No!
Hey! To me, sexy is a man that knows who he is and what he wants.
Okay.
He's comfortable. You look at him, you see him, he's just comfortable being himself. And you're like,
Baby, be you.
Be you, baby.
Just be you. I like it. Introducing the Be You collection, exclusively available at K&G Fashion Superstore.
Art to me is a creative expression of something from nothing. It explodes onto the canvas, or it explodes on in my work. One of the things that I try to do more than anything is I try to just give the lines and the movements and emotions and expressions into what I do. Art really means to me a chance to express how I feel deep down inside. Most of my art begins as a thought that I might have, whether it's sports, whether it's history, whether it's a woman or a man. It pretty much starts as an idea of thought before I get into the the actual image of what I'm going to draw. I do a lot of historical pieces. I was a history minor in college, and I love to do history pieces. And a lot of times I'm thinking about history, and then I try to make that history impact you as you look at it. That's one of the reasons I do pictures so large. People ask me, why do I do the pictures so big? And I tell them, I want the piece to impact them as they're looking at it, to kind of dominate them, to dominate their space. And most of my pieces I try to do off page. I don't try to do anything that's going to be in those four corners or in a square. And I want your imagination to be a part of the piece that you're looking at. The way I feel when I'm drawing, when I'm creating something, is I feel free. I feel like there's an anticipation of something that's going to come. I try not to draw first. I try to draw second. And what I mean by that is I try to allow myself to kind of get into the piece and just relax. Sometimes I miss time. I'll draw 2-3 hours, sometimes 4 hours. And while I'm drawing, it's just a free. I just feel free. I mean, I feel like time stands still. That's what it's all about in terms of the lines and the colors of my work, is to get an expression, to go deeper and past just what you see on the surface, but to go in and try to find an expression that everybody gets a different taste of what that expression is, whether it's anger or whether it's being happy or whether it's being, kind of calm or nonchalant. That expression that people take away from the piece is the most important part of what I do as an artist. Bold is the size of my pieces, where I try to do the piece larger than life, to kind of push forward toward you. That's what the boldness is all about. It's not so much about the lines, it's about the size. The Face of Change art show is inspired by my mother, but more importantly, it's a historical moment in time as the pieces depict different emotions and expressions of Barack Obama. The 44th president is indicative of the 44 pieces of art that I have done in this particular collection. When you begin to think about expressions and portraits, this is a portrait gallery of expressions of what transpired as Barack Obama ran for office. Some of the pictures are abstract and some are expressionistic. And I combine both of those forms of art to create this collection of art pieces. overcomer, brilliant, ambitious, motivated, awesome, Obama.
I am black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am black business. I am black business. Tell me, are you black business? I am black business. Do you support black businesses? Listen, I support black business because I am black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am black business.
What if you could build your own city? A place where every child can find nurturing people to help them achieve their full potential. A place where every adult can access job training support, where health education is abundant, where social justice ruled the land. A place without limitations. Welcome. You have arrived at STEM City, USA. It is what every city should be. A safe and trusted community where you find people and resources to help you become everything you are and beyond. STEM City is unlike anything you have ever experienced. It is a digital twin of the world around you, only better. STEM City is about energy and soul renewal. It is more than a digital world. You can almost feel the power of live cultural events, music, and theater. STEM City promises a better future for children with caring mentors and hands-on activities with dedicated tutors to support our youth. STEM City is your passport to a healthy lifestyle with weekly events addressing our community's many issues. STEM City is your financial well-being with helpful information on wealth management, career advancement, job training, and so much more. STEM City is the community you deserve. It is the city where your dreams can come true. STEM City USA, a place in the sky that is accessible to all who reach for the stars.
Social media is evolving. It's more vibrant, more colorful, more energetic, and so are you. It's not just photos anymore. It's video, it's audio, it's subscriptions. And now there's Fanbase, a new monetized social network. Fanbase delivers the complete native app experience with full content monetization for every user. No algorithms that shadow ban your engagement or growth, and no ads. Follow anyone for free and subscribe directly to your favorite creators for $4.99 a month. Plus, show some love by tipping on any post. Also, make a Fanbase page and monetize your content the same way. Finally, connect with your followers by posting the amazing content you already create. And now, get paid for it. It's time to energize and monetize. Because everyone's a fan of something, and everyone has a fan base.
It's your time to ignite and take flight in every area of your life with the new Ignite and Take Flight Planner 2024. It's time for you to seize the year with your great new planner. You see,
This planner is designed for every entrepreneur to pursue strategic planning that cultivates leadership, accountability, gratitude, and leads to your ultimate success in life and in work. With sections that help you with your project management, habit tracking, resources, and coupon pages that are second to none that empower each entrepreneur to make their mark, get noticed, and take charge. Reach the pinnacle of success like never before through effective planning. So get your Ignite and Take.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business. I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
Good evening, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to Black Business Network. My name is Lisa Gilliard, and I am your business moderator for the evening, excuse me, on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and from cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to inspire and to educate businesses about business. This week, we are hosting the literary edition of the Black Business Olympics, showcasing writers, authors, speakers, publishers, agents, and literary enthusiasts. Our next speaker is Regina Sunshine Robinson. Regina Sunshine Robinson is an empowerment specialist, and CEO of Regina Sunshine Global Network. She's the author of 2 books, and those books are called the author of 2 books and contributor to Chicken Soup for the Souls, Curvy and Confident, and winning talk show host, national workshop presenter, trainer to Fortune 500 companies, empowerment coach, and certified educator. Regina Sunshine enjoys assisting others in living their purpose. Regina has attended several colleges, North Carolina A&T State University, and graduated with her Bachelor of Science in Chemical Engineering. Spent most of her career as a math educator. She founded the Awesome Girl Project that celebrated 5 years in 2019 by launching the I Am an Awesome Girl collaboration book, and followed up with the books When Girls Dream in 2020 and Beautiful Just Like Me in 2021. The first Awesome Girl art affirmation book, You're All That Girl, was released in April 2022. The success of the Awesome Girl Project led her to launch the Awesome Girl Academy in 2020. In 2018 and 2019, Regina was presented with resolutions from the Georgia House of Representatives, honoring her for creating positive change in the community. Folks, I present to you Regina Sunshine Robinson.
Hi, Lisa. How are you?
Hi there, Regina. I am fantastic. How are you tonight?
I'm great. I thank you so much for introducing us and giving us this opportunity.
Sure thing. I'm glad to have you here.
Awesome. So do I just go for it now?
Go for it.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Regina Sunshine segment here on the Black Literary Olympics. I'm so excited to have 2 amazing women on this call with me. You'll get to meet them in just a second. But we did have one other author that may be joining us. If not, it'll be Girl Talk tonight. All right. So I'll go ahead and preface this by letting you guys know I'm on an older laptop tonight. It is moving in slow motion like the Matrix, but we still gonna make it do what it does. All right. All right. So tonight we are going to have what I call a purpose-driven writing conversation. We're going to talk about why we write. You know, what is our purpose behind writing? Do we impact others with our writing? Those types of things. And I'm hoping that whoever's listening will be inspired to write, but also to support those who are out here giving you their lives in their books. Okay. So let's meet my guest for tonight. I'm so excited. Y'all don't even know. All right. So first of all, I want to introduce you to Miss Tralethia Harbin. I'm going to give her an opportunity to tell you a little bit about herself and the title of her book. Go ahead, Tralethia.
Thank you, Regina, for this opportunity. I'm excited to be on the panel and share this opportunity with you guys. The book I wrote was An Open Window, inspired by God, just giving my life story and challenges of things I've came over and how to come over those things. In the background, as you can see, is just the cover of my book. It was published in 2020, and It was a ride, a journey, exciting. A lot of great things came out of it, which taught me a whole lot, a lot of growth and growing up I had to do in a good way, just growing through some things. So it was a great opportunity, just sharing my life, little pieces of my life to inspire others that you can make it, you can go through anything, and with God, all things are possible.
Awesome, Chalithia. Thank you so much for sharing with us. All right, next I'm going to bring up Miss Clintoria Session. I can't wait to hear from her. Clintoria, tell them the same thing. Tell them who you are and tell them about the books that you wrote.
Sure. Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Clintoria Session. Some people know me as Coach Tori. I do have a business, Coach Tori Empowers. I have two books that I've written. My first one was in 2018, entitled A Withered Rose Can Bloom Again, Overcoming Life's Pitfalls Through Faith. That book was basically about my life, my journey, the good, the bad, the ugly. Life happens to all of us. We all hit potholes in the road from time to time. But the main key is getting back up and continuing your journey, pressing through the tough times. Sometimes we go through things, and I believe that God knows who he can trust with pain and who will give pain a purpose. My second book was in 2023, Lucas's Secret, how Lucas overcame bullying and his learning disability. It's a children's book. And that book is near and dear to my heart because I do have a son who had a learning disability, that was diagnosed with a learning disability early on in his life. And just the things that as a parent, there's no roadmap to raising a kid with a learning disability. And there are a lot of things I wish I had have known then. So this book, my goal is to empower other parents, empower other kids to overcome those learning disabilities and bullying.
I love it. The great thing about both of you is I had like 5 or 6 questions I was going to follow up with, and you answered them. So we can move right on to this question. What's the best part about being an author? Chalithia, what's the best part?
The best part, I guess for me, it was with this particular book, it was healing. So that process for me, that was the best part of being an author and just telling my truth.
You know, I'll say this now. I actually was the publisher for Chalithia's book and for Clintoria's second book. And so I have the privilege of being behind the scenes while you guys were going through this process. And Chalithia, I have to say, just seeing the heart you put into this process, knowing what you had to share in terms of basically open yourself up to the world, right? But willing to do that, to heal not only yourself, but other people who are facing the same challenges. So again, hats off to you for being so open and willing to not only take the steps you need to heal yourself, but be willing to do that for other people. So I thank you for that. All right, Clintoria, same question. What's the best part about being an author?
I think the best part about being an author is being in charge of your own story. So many times we hear stories in media, social media, that may not necessarily be authentic. But when you become an author, you are in charge of your own story, your own journey, your own narrative, all while impacting other lives. So for me, that's the biggest thing about being an author, is being able to impact someone else's journey.
I love that. And again, just like Chalithia, I was with you on that journey, and to hear your heart, like, you know, I went through this as a parent, right? I know what it feels like not to have the support or have the questions answered that I need answered. And I'm going to put this into a book to help other people. So I thank y'all for that. So, you know, on the flip side of what was the best part, y'all know what's next. What was the hardest part about this author journey? Go, Chalithia.
The hardest part was being consistent. Not that I didn't want to do it. It was just a challenge, something I had never faced. And being so vulnerable and open to share. There was a time, as you know, I didn't want to go through with it. So that was the hardest part. Just getting through those tough times and worrying about other people. But once, God was with me through the whole journey. And as I said, it was God inspired. Once I grasped that it's not about me, things became a lot smoother. None of it was about me.
I love that. Did you learn anything about yourself?
A lot.
Tell me one thing you learned about yourself.
I learned to give myself grace, to never give up on myself. I'm worthy. God does have a purpose and plan for me, no matter what things look like or what I came from, what I went through, there's purpose for me.
So you just gave a whole sermon in just a few seconds, right? You know that. Good stuff. All right, Clintoria, what was the hardest thing?
Just one.
Go for it. Share.
No, seriously. I would say both books had their challenges. For me, the first one, the hardest part was because I shared some really raw information, raw things about me, experiences. And I think when I started writing, I thought that I was completely healed from it, but I wasn't. And so I had to step back and just do some self-reflection before I finished the book. So that was the hardest part. And honestly, just getting started with the first book, because no one in my family had written a book before. And I think the biggest frustration for me is the people that I reached out to prior to reaching out to Regina and some other people, is the lack of willingness to share information. That was really hard and very frustrating for me. I reached out to several authors, and I thought that they would be more forthcoming with sharing their experiences, giving me some guidance, but crickets. That was very frustrating.
I'm sure. And what did you learn? And not even just about yourself, just what did you learn in general through the process of both of those books?
After with both of my books, what I realized that we are more alike than what we think. Pain doesn't care what your ethnicity is, what family you come from, your gender. It doesn't care. And there's a lot more that unites us than we think. And just from the feedback that I've received from both of the books, we all walk similar journeys.
Yep.
Absolutely. I think it's a divine appointment that the conversation we're having tonight with the two of you, the commonality is the pain you've experienced, right? And how you have taken that pain. And we've heard it so many times, right? It's almost cliche, turning your pain into purpose, but really there is purpose, and you're now sharing the story, right? So that others can identify or feel like they're not alone. Because like so many people go through things and they think, well, I'm alone in this. But the two of you being willing to put your pain on the pages. How about that? I like that. Put your pain on the pages. Now have given other people the opportunity not to be alone, but also to see, well, if they overcame it, right? They survived. They made it. God lifted them up. Then he'll do the same for me. So my next question is right along that line. Do you feel like what you did was a calling? Do you feel like there was a greater purpose than just you writing a book, Tralethea?
I do. It took a while, and just piggyback off of what Clintoria was saying, God had given that to me years. I want to say before I met her, but in meeting her, that's how I found you as a publisher. But I feel, yes, that it did. I got off track a little bit, but yes, that it does.
Well, the fact that you answered the call says it all. Some people will go their whole lives and never do that thing they know they were supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
And now that you've made it through that, now you're on the other side of it. How does it feel to, like you said, for years to know I'm supposed to do this, and then to finally get to the other side and have it manifest in your life? What did that feel like?
A relief. It was like something was there, and it was like it was gone. So it was a relief, and God had told me about other things that were to come through this, and I kind of forgot about it, and then other things started happening. So a lot of things came out of me just being obedient to write it, and it was a relief once I got in it, got through it, and put it out there.
I love it. I do. So, Clintoria, is it a calling? Was there purpose, a greater purpose in these books?
Oh, absolutely. I believe that anything that God leads us to has an assignment.
Mm-hmm.
And I know for sure that both of these books had lives attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's important for us to move when God tells us to move and do something. Because if not, we can be a stumbling block from somebody else because we are walking in disobedience. So for sure, both of these books had an assignment. And just from the feedback that I've received from people, I know that to be factual. And like you said, so many times we walk through certain situations, and because we've learned to wear a mask really well, we've learned to put our makeup on and get our hair done and look like we're so put together, but deep down inside, we're a hot mess and we're broken. But nobody knows that because we put that mask on and we don't walk in transparency.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, my mind always goes back to Job. When Job was afflicted, God knew that he could trust Job with pain. God knew that he could trust Job with so many challenges in life. But can God trust us with a call?
Mm.
Can he? Can he trust us with a call? And when we move when God speaks a word to us? And for me, this last book, you had to kind of push me a little bit because I was dragging my feet so bad. But I'm glad that I stuck with it because it's helped other people.
I love that. And I learned how to push by being pushed. My coach pushed me. She asked me to do things that, the only reason I did them is because, I believe God had brought her into my life to push me. And I made a commitment that whatever she asked me to do, I was going to do. And then I had to do it. That was a whole other thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I appreciate the two of you being willing to be pushed. I'll say that. So, you talk about transparency. The very first magazine I was ever interviewed in, the lady told me this, and I've stuck to it, and it goes back to what you said, Clintoria. She said, make a point of being transparent. People need to know that God is using you, not because you're special, but because you've made yourself available. And if they make themselves available, he will use them too.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that, Clintoria?
That is so true and so spot on. All God wants is our yes. Sometimes I'm very analytical. I will watch something to death, analyze it. When in fact, if God has spoken a thing, he's already made provision for it to come to pass. We just got to say yes and trust him to get us to the end. Because we can only see what's in front of us, but he sees the big picture.
Right.
Absolutely. I always tell my son, God sees around corners. You can't see around the corner, but he's already around the corner waiting on you.
Yep.
So, next books. Are either of you planning some books to come? I'll let you jump in, whoever wants to jump in.
Well, I'm not going to say a book per se, because I just don't feel that on my heart. Not a book per se. But I do feel a tug to do a online training kind of lesson on how to parent kids with disabilities.
Yes.
Just things that I learned along the journey that I wish somebody would have told me. And sometimes it's just speaking to that mom, letting her mom or dad, letting them know that it is okay, because we all are gonna make mistakes. Parenting doesn't come with a roadmap. And then when you have a kid with a learning disability, it further complicates things, and it can cause you to question your ability to properly parent your child.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for sharing. I think there's a book out there. We'll talk about that one-on-one. Tralethea.
I don't have plans to write a book.
I hear y'all. We're gonna talk. We're gonna have like a little talk session with everybody, because I think there's even value in the next parts of the journey, even talking about where you have been since you wrote the book. There are people who need to know what happens now. And so let's talk about that. Both of you have books that you shared some very personal, right? Traumatic experiences. What has it been like once you put that book out into the world and now other people had access to your life? It's one thing to have it happen and it's up here, right? It's something different to take that very same information and put it in a space that you can no longer completely control it. It's gone. Tralethea, what did that feel like?
Power in a sense, but in a good way. And to know that from people's responses, of course, I wasn't the only one. And to hear it, it was heartbreaking, but it was also letting me know I was on the right path of, what I was being obedient to. So I would just say power in a good way.
Thank you, Clintoria.
I think for me it was very eye-opening. Because like Tralethea said, sometimes you don't know that other people are in the same situation or a similar situation. And for me, I did not I was molested as a kid, and I didn't tell anyone. So a lot of my family members found out through reading the book.
Wow.
And it was like, wow, we didn't know. We had no idea. And so as a kid, you take on ownership for things that happened to you that were out of your control. But as a kid, you feel like you should have done something differently. And you take on the responsibility of protecting the person that violated you. And that was me. Because the person was a family member. So I felt that if I shared or if I talked about it, it would cause harm to my mom and my family. So I just didn't talk about it. You just didn't talk. I didn't talk about it until I was in my 30s.
Now, see, I don't think I knew that, or if you told me, I forgot that.
Yeah, I didn't talk about it. Yeah.
Well, I think about both of your books again, and you're both mothers. You have, I think both of you only have boys. Is that correct?
Yep.
Wow. Boy moms on the call. I'm a boy mom.
3 boys each.
So you say it again?
We each have 3 boys.
See, y'all got me beat. I got one. We'll talk about the boy conversation another time. That's a whole other talk. But as mothers with boys, right? Let's say you wrote this book where you share things that not only is it painful for people in your life to hear, but hear your children. How were they able to support your projects as you also went through this, sharing of your personal pain? Tralethea?
So that was something big for me, if you remember. So I talked to my boys, I think at the beginning of the process, to see how they felt. And they were okay with it, which made me feel even better about, doing what I had to do. One of my sons, he just wanted to make sure that's what I wanted to do. Like, you really want to put this out here.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't read the book either. He just said, I support you, but I'm not going to read it. But he, I had his support. So overall, it was good. And I wanted to get that validation from them, or consent, that support. But it was hard to get the conversation started. But there again, just putting the truth out, it helps and makes you feel better overall.
Well, I'm sure they're proud of their mama.
Yeah. Yeah. I am the first. So, and I believe in breaking generational curses and starting, our own generational things in a good way. So I think this is a start, and that's the only way to start, is to start something new and put truth with it.
I love that. That's beautiful. Clintoria?
So my kids were very proud. And they knew my story, except for my youngest. At the time I wrote my book, I hadn't talked to him because he was young. He was 12. He was 12. And so he read the book, unbeknownst to me. My book happened to be in the car, and we were driving somewhere, and he picked it up and he was reading it. And when we got to where we were going, he got out of the car and had his head down, and tears was rolling down his face. And I said, "Buddy, you okay?" And he just bust out crying, and he hugged me. He's like, "Mama, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Somebody hurt you. I'm sorry." And so it was just that awareness for him, and I talked to them a lot. And I'm very protective of my kids when they were growing up for this very reason, because even if you know the person, like I said, mine was a family member, they can still be a violator. So I didn't trust very many people with my kids. And one thing I wanted to go back and add, when I wrote the children's book, Lucas's Secret, my oldest baby was born with a learning disability because of he was born with the umbilical cord wrapped around his neck, and he lost oxygen to his brain. So it did some damage. And the whole time we're walking out this journey with him, even he was diagnosed at the age of 4. I didn't tell my family. God just had me being in a state of silence. And all I could hear him say was, "Trust me. Trust me." And I didn't understand it then, but as the song says, by and by, we'll understand it better by and by. Then I came to understand it, because when you're going through certain situations, people can kill what God is trying to bloom. Because they will see your struggle and try to connect your struggle with their struggle. And it could be something totally different. When you're in a faith walk, you have to be guarded sometime. And so raising my son was a true faith walk. And I couldn't share it because I know what God has spoken to me, and what God spoke to me about him didn't look like his current reality. So in order for me to stay focused as a parent and to continue to motivate him as a parent, I had to shut off people to a sense of not allowing them into our private space when it came to him. So that was for somebody. I don't know who. You might be going you might be going through something. Sometimes you got to be quiet. Either you trust God or you don't. It's that simple.
You sounded just like my mom when you said that. I have heard that before. Either you trust God or you don't.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much been my whole life story. Either you trust him or you don't, When you trust in God, you don't need a plan B, C, and D. It's only God.
I love it. See, y'all over here preaching tonight. See? Well, I really want to focus on the journeys, as we've talked about tonight. with an author, it's more than just a book, right? It's not just writing the book. There's so much that surrounds that entire journey, before, during, and after. So if there's a young person, or even, a mother of 3 boys in her 40s or 50s, she knows for sure she was always supposed to write a book, and she's finally going to take that step. I want you guys to speak to her and give her some advice about how she can go through this journey. Tralethea?
You said for a mother or anyone?
It could be for anyone, identified with the mamas.
Well, for anyone that has that pricking at their heart, or just feel like they need to write a book, I want to write a book, the best way to do it is just to jump into it and just get started. I would highly recommend putting your pain or whatever it is you're writing about onto a laptop and not paper. I did paper and that was horrible, but just start journaling and keep up with your journaling. Don't stop. Don't let anybody deter you. And just get started. Of course, as far as resources, if this person is on here, I highly recommend you, and Clintoria for that matter, because she's written 2 books. But the best way is to jump into it and just get started, and just don't stop. Just don't look back. You're gonna face challenges, but that's everything in life, and that's just only gonna make you stronger as a person, as a writer, with the whole process. But don't stop.
I love that, Tralethea. And you're right. They're all going to face challenges. That was the conversation we had early on. The challenges are coming. So let's go ahead and prepare ourselves now so that it doesn't get us off track and you getting this book out and fulfilling the call that God placed on you. So, Clintoria, what's your advice? What are you going to tell them?
I would say don't overthink it. Because when you start overthinking it and you're trying to look at the big picture, just take it step by step. For me, when I started writing my first book, God would always drop little nuggets when I'm in the car. I guess it's because I was by myself and it was quiet. And so I purchased me one of those handheld recorders. And so when God would drop little nuggets in my spirit, I would take out my recorder and speak into it so that I would have, the words to add into the book. Just start somewhere. Just start somewhere. Don't get so wound up on what people will say, what people will think, and all that stuff. Just know that if God spoke it to you, that God will equip you to bring that thing to pass. He will send you the right connections. He will give you the words to say. He will give you the finances to see it to pass. Just do it. All he wants is your yes. Just say yes and get busy.
I love that. Both of y'all talking about just making that step. I tell people all the time that faith is an action where you show your faith through your movement. Not sitting there thinking about it. If God told me to write a book, I'll do something. And you don't have to start in one specific place. Just get it out of you, right? I love the whole idea of using the recorder when the thoughts come to mind. Let me just get this out of me so I can have something I can work with later. I'm trying not to get emotional. I think about the 2 of you and the journeys you've been on and just how it blessed me to see you evolve and change and grow and to accomplish those things that have been in your heart. And that's a blessing to me. So I thank both of you publicly for allowing me to be a part of the journey and a part of the process. And I just look forward to seeing you both continue to rise and continue to do the things that I know God has purposed for your life. So that leads me to this. What's next? I know you guys are both working on other types of projects. So tell me what you got going on, Tralethea.
Right now, I started a website inspired from my book, Grow Up, Grow Through It. And that's something that God gave me after the book. So I have a logo with those things on it. Just inspirations, daily inspirations on the coffee cup, sweatshirt, shirts, anything. Well, not anything, but just a few things as a reminder that, grow up and grow through it. Not literally like grow up in a immature way, but continue to grow up. We all should be growing and evolving no matter the age, and just growing through things. We're going to always be going through things, so grow through it.
I love that. And I've seen the things and they're beautiful. You guys definitely need to check it out. Can you go ahead and share your website right now?
I can. It is www.growupandgrowthroughit. And you can purchase the items on there and shop.
They're really nice items too.
Awesome. All right, Clintoria, what's next?
Well, I am on this journey at the moment of rediscovering who I am as an individual, because I am getting ready to go through this empty nester thing that this mama's heart is struggling with a bit. My youngest will be graduating high school this year and going off to college. So I am doing some work on myself. And also looking to relaunch my podcast within the next couple of months. And looking at relaunching my coaching. I am preparing to go through another certification that will better equip me as far as my coaching. And who knows? We'll see what else God says.
I love that so much. I do. So, any final words of encouragement for our audience in general? It might be an author. It might just be someone who's going through a hard space. Maybe it's someone who's been abused like you were, and they just need to hear something that will help them get to the next day. Tralethea?
Yes. So, final words of encouragement. I would just say, no matter what you're going through, just know that you're not alone. You don't have to be alone. Don't be afraid to reach out to anyone or think that you're bothering anybody. The thoughts that come in your head that nobody wants to hear you, or you're not worthy, and just to give up, those are thoughts of the enemy, and you have to cancel those out. So when those thoughts come, know that you are more. See the other side of it, that is confirmation that you are more, you have a purpose, you're supposed to be here, and just be encouraged and know that God sees all and God has all. So God has his hands on you, and don't ever think that he doesn't, and reach out to someone, even if it's the hospital. I mean, reach out to someone, don't ever just give up on yourself because you're worthy.
Absolutely. Thank you. Clintoria?
Well, first of all, if you're in need of a great coach, reach out to Miss Regina Sunshine Robinson. She will help you get your whole life together. But yeah, as far as encouragement, you got this. Whatever it is, you got it. If you're going through heartache, you got it. God knows your beginning and your end, and he knows everything in between. Lean on him. Find you that one good person that you can trust, and don't be afraid to confide in them. And always try to find the positive. Even during the bad things, try to find something good to celebrate. Because so many times we get focused on the negative and what we're going through and what we don't have. There's always someone who would wish that they were in your current state. You may think that your situation is so bad, but there is somebody who would trade places with you in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Go ahead.
Now, I was just going to say, like, our worst day is somebody else's best day. Stay focused, positive.
And that is so true. I think about what I've been through this last year. To the audience listening, I lost both of my parents within 27 days of each other. And this last year has been the hardest year of my life. And before all this happened, I thought I had some hard days, Clintoria. I thought I had some hard days. I give anything for those hard days versus these hard days.
Yeah.
So we have to be thankful for where we are and what God is doing, for how he's blessed us in the very moments we're living in. And when it is hard to get up. There's always a way to find your way back, because let me tell you something. I sat down too long. I'm gonna be real. I sat down too long. And the thing that got my attention is I had a good friend to pass away. My son, I was telling him that people were asking me to go to dinner and just, they hadn't seen me. And he made this comment. He said, they don't even know they're going to see a shell of who you were.
Thank you, ladies, for your time this evening. I really do appreciate it. I have 2 questions for you. Now, you said your websites for the names of your book, for your to purchase your books at. It went a little fast, and I'm getting up there. I couldn't quite keep up with what it was. One was Grow Up and Grow something, I think, but I missed it. Can you repeat that one for me?
If you go just to www.treelithia
your name.com.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, gotcha. That'll work.
One moment, Lisa. I was going to ask them again to both show their books and tell where they can purchase their books as well.
Okay, perfect. Can we go ahead and do that then? Just show your book on screen then.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
And I'll show one of mine. Go ahead.
Awesome. Now, Mrs. Sessions. Now, how much are your books?
This one is 19, and this one is 15.
Okay, then got
it. And they can be purchased on Amazon.
Okay, good. Glad to know that there's a connection to Amazon there. Miss Robinson, how about you, Miss Sunshine?
You can find all of my books on Amazon.com, and you can find me at reginasunshine.com. And thank you guys so much for this opportunity.
You are very welcome. All right, Miss Harbin, how about your book, An Open Window? How much is that one?
It's $14, and it can be purchased on Amazon as well.
On Amazon too. Mm-hmm. All right then. Well, ladies, I do appreciate it. I appreciate your time for the night, and hope to see you back again soon.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being a part of our event today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The Black Business Expo's mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or K through 12 entrepreneurs. This expo is a fundraiser for students. You may go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund, or to use the Cash App that's on the screen below and say $BBXUSA. That's $Bravo Bravo X-Ray Universe South Alabama. Our goal is to give laptops and up to $5,000 to 10 students. Students can register online at that same web address, www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts, so we want to remind you to donate to the scholarship fund. We'd also like to thank our Black Business USA sponsors for February 2024. NC 100, Moody Capital Partners, Suede Soul, Latouche Richer Coaching and Training, Carolina, Virginia Minority Supplier Development Council, Step Management, BHS and Associates, Margie McLean Foundation Incorporated, Hello LLC, Genius is Common, Earth Essentials, Mullane Shawnee Global, 5-Star BDM Media, Executive Women's Success Institute, The Quality Coaching Company, Superwoman Business Services, Creative Force Studio, Lee Entertainment, Artistic App Design, Black Business Expo USA. Genius is Common, and I'll see you on the other side.
Hey everyone, it's Grant McGaw, CEO of 5-Star BDM and host of the award-winning Follow the Brand podcast and TV series, where I help you to build a 5-star brand that people will follow. My genius is personal brand development through intelligent communication and helping you achieve your business and career goals. I am a requested speaker on digital technology and brand development issues. I want to work with you to increase the value of your current opportunities while attracting new ones. Every one of you is unique, and we all share challenges that can be addressed through smart branding. As a super connector, I work with you as an executive coach to guide you along the complicated business and career development road, providing the enhancement tools and information you need to succeed. Together, I will help you succeed in today's challenging business climate. I will evaluate and measure your progress. Best of all, I am right alongside you every step of the way. Build the brand called you. Genius is common.
Cash flow 5, 10, 10, 75.
I use the cash flow app to keep track of my charities.
Cash flow 5, 10, 10, 75 helps you manage expenses, helps keep track of charitable giving, helps you save your money. Cash flow 5, 10, 10, 75. Download it today. Cash flow 5, 10, 10, 75 would like to wish the Cyber Bears good luck in this year's first robotics competition.
Hello, my name is Kiasi Helm and I'm 14 years old. I think my genius would probably have to be setting goals and achieving them. I say this because ever since I was young, I always wanted to be an author, and at age 11 I ended up achieving this. But not only did I end up becoming an author, I ended up becoming a public speaker, a publisher, a business owner, all these great things. The name of my business is Written by Kids Publishing Company. I decided to start this company because I thought it was important for me to help kids my age express themselves through literacy and just achieve their own goals. Because to me, achieving goals is the best thing in the world to feel. It's you just achieving things and aspirations that you set for yourself. And I know that everybody is capable of this, because even if you don't end up achieving the goal, you still tried your best, and that's the most important thing. And everybody is capable of this because genius is common. Thank you.
Hello, this is Israel, and I am CEO of Daydreams Interactive and author of Princess Planet. So, genius is common, and as a kid, I loved to daydream. Even as an adult, I love to daydream. And when my daughter became 6 and loved princess characters, but we just could not find the diversity that showed her, we created our own characters. So, for instance, you have Princess Nulu right here. Princess Nulu is from Uganda, and her genius is that she loves to take care of animals. She can actually even listen and hear what they say. And then we have Princess Isabella right here. Princess Isabella, she's from Cuba, and her genius is biochemistry. One day she hopes to eliminate disease. Then we have Princess Nia right here. And Princess Nia is based off of my daughter. And she wants to be the greatest dancer alive. So that's her genius. So what's your genius? My genius is my imagination. Genius is common.
Ladies and gentlemen, and fellow professionals, please allow me to introduce myself. I am David Jones, the co-founder and CEO of the Hello LLC, where I am passionately dedicated to guiding individuals and businesses toward their own return on time investment. Time is my only competition. With over 20 years of experience as a corporate C-level executive, I bring a wealth of knowledge and expertise to the Hello LLC. My career journey has been marked by a relentless pursuit of excellence in marketing, strategy, and business management leadership. I have had the privilege of working with renowned Fortune 500 companies such as Xerox, American Airlines, Hilton, and Geico. However, what truly drives me is the transformational work we do at the Hello LLC. We are pioneering a new approach to business in the metaverse, where we empower businesses and individuals to build strong foundations, automate their processes and systems, while thriving in the ever-evolving digital landscape. More than just a 3D digital marketing agency, the Hello LLC is truly a community built on love, kindness, and integrity. We want more for you than from you. As I often say, collaboration is the new competition. In an era where time is the most precious commodity, I am here to guide you toward your own return on time investment, because if time was sold in stores, it would be sold out. With a deep commitment to excellence and a strong belief in the power of community, I don't just lead a company, I lead a movement into the future of business. Ladies and gentlemen, it is both an honor and a pleasure to be your guide on this remarkable journey. I am David Jones, and together, we will embrace a future marked by success, collaboration, and the transformative work we do at the Hello LLC. Hello stands for helping everyone live life optimally. So, let's make that pivot together and start living life optimally today.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.